We should be good to go. Oh, the music's not playing. Oh, what happened? Here we go. We're back into it. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. We are here. You know what to do. Drop a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me, drop a 1 in the chat. If you can see me, we're about to get into it. And welcome, y'all. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream. We're looking all crispy and clean on the screen. And welcome back to another episode of the ClassE Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE, of patreon.com/ClassEbeats. By the way, the link is in the description as well as in the pinned comment in the chat. We got a great show for y'all today. As usual, we're going to get back into this Donna Adelson trial. We're going to hear from some FBI agents. One guy was actually following Charlie, and he's got a lot to say about what Charlie had going on. It's going to be interesting to see. So we're going to hear from the FBI. We're going to continue with Sergeant Corbitt and see where this spider web, this twisted web that Donna had going on with Charlie and Katie and Wendy, where it led to, and eventually resulting in the death of Danny as well. So we'll get into it here shortly. But before we do, I got to say what's up to the people, man. We got everybody up in here. We got my awesome, amazing Amy's in the building as always. We've also got, who else is in here? Just Shane with Alicia. We've got A Fitz is back at it. Good to see you, A Fitz. And then I'm frozen a little bit over here. We got J Money, the big dog, is in the building. We've got Les Cleaver in here, always showing up and showing out. Good to see y'all in the building as well. For some reason, the screen is freezing on my side. I don't know what is going on this morning, but we'll figure it out. I see Carla is in here as well. Good morning and happy Thursday to you. Happy Friday's Eve to everyone. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So I don't ask for much on this channel, but the one thing I do ask is that you all like the video on your way in. Likes are free. It helps the channel continue to grow. Lets the algorithm know that y'all are enjoying the show, and it shares the video and the channel out with more people. So thank you to the nearly 500 of you that have liked the video so far. Y'all could take a second and do that. If you're feeling extra generous, you can share the video as well. All you have to do is click the button that says share. It's also got an arrow that is pointing to the right. That's the symbol where you can share the video on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are. And you can even share it to your group chat. So click that button and share it if you're feeling super extra generous. I will also be reading super chats for those of y'all who go the extra mile and show support in that way as well. So big shout out to Les Cleaver with the first super chat of the day. He says, God bless each of you. Have a blessed day. Have the best day you can. Be thankful for all the blessings you have and those yet to come. Pray for others and love one another. Stand tall and smile as you love. Thank you to Les Cleaver. I appreciate that good word as always. And thank you for the super chat, Les, one of the hardest working dudes in here. He's always watching the show at work and he tunes in during his break. So thank you for being here, Les Cleaver. And always thank you for the support as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and get back into it. Thank you to Amy for reminding y'all to like the video. I'm not going to waste any time, and we'll go ahead and get right into the coverage. I don't know why I put day 54. Oh, God. I hope this trial doesn't take 54 days. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. We are going to check out this testimony from Sergeant Chris Corbitt. Sergeant Chris Corbitt has been heavily involved in this Donna Adelson trial, and we're going to hear from him as far as what the text messages were that were going back and forth between Donna and Charlie, and maybe we can finally get a clear picture and some actual evidence as to how Donna was involved in the commission of this crime. Y'all check it out.
And which companies had cell sites in the areas of those locations?
We had AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, and Verizon, our major carriers at that time.
All right, so were search warrants sent to all those carriers for all of the records for the numbers who were using cell sites servicing each of those locations?
Yes.
And did you receive a lot of records in return?
Yes, we did.
Okay, just a moment. I want to ask you specifically about States Exhibit 101, which is going to be the T-Mobile tower dump records, States Exhibit 102, the AT&T tower dump records, States Exhibit 103, the Verizon tower dump records, and States 104, the Sprint tower dump records. When you received those for all four carriers, do they contain a certification certifying that they are authentic records from each of those companies?
Yes.
Okay, and did you review those records and rely on those records in your determining your results or your opinions in this case?
Yes.
At this time, I'd move States Exhibit 101 through 104 into evidence.
Yep, let's see it. I want to know what was
States
going on.
101 through 104 is admitted.
Okay, so a lot of records to go through. Is that right?
That is correct, yes.
Did law enforcement eventually find any one number at all of those locations where Markel was located that morning?
We did not find one number common to all of those locations.
Since you couldn't find a number with common events at all those locations, did you cross-reference all of the records with all of the phone records you had from the Adelson family to see if any of the numbers from the tower dump showed up in any of the Adelson family records?
Yes, we did.
Okay, and what did you find?
So, as I mentioned, we did not receive, or we did not find one number that was common to all of those locations. That does not necessarily mean that the other handsets were not there, but we go back to if there's no events, then there's no records and there's nothing for us to compare to. But what we did have from the tower dump were a number of reports with cell phone numbers of cell phones or handsets that were present at those specific locations and times for us to look at or compare. What we also had was a number of CDRs or communication records from various subjects in the investigation. We use analytical software to kind of help us out with this, to crunch large numbers, but we were able to actually compare all of the handsets that were here in Tallahassee around those specific locations and times with all of the records, the phones and the phones that they were communicating with for all of our subjects in the investigation. And what we did find is, and this is slide 19, we did find a common number, this 7.
I don't know why they muted it. We could
was
see the
a phone number that was present here in Tallahassee around the Premier Health and Fitness that was also in the call detail records for one of the subjects of the investigation.
And was that subject
we can see the number.
Harvey Adelson?
It was, yes.
And is this Harvey Adelson?
It is, yes.
Okay, and this is an example of his call detail records?
That is correct.
Okay, so Harvey Adelson is the husband of Donna Adelson, father of Charlie Adelson and Wendy Adelson?
Correct.
All right, can you give us more information about this call that you found?
So what we see, and this is just an excerpt, I'm on slide 20, from Mr. Adelson's, Harvey Adelson's call detail records for July 1st of 2014, and we see that 786 number I just spoke about. And this is a good example of some of the things we see with call detail records. It looks like 3 calls or 3 entries here, but this is actually just one event. And in the records, we also see the kind of the routing or the way they call, like this one that was routed to voicemail, how it kind of traverses through the network. But these are 3 lines, or it looks like 3 events, but this is just one incoming phone call from that 786 number. And again, that was on July 1st of 2014 at 5:20 p.m.
Okay, so here we have this one call on July 1st, 2014. What was the duration of this one call?
The duration is listed as 37 seconds.
And 37 seconds as in, does that include the amount of time that it's taking a phone to ring?
In this case, it does not. They do provide us both a seizure time, which is how long the phone rings or how long it takes to connect, and then an overall duration.
Okay, so a 37-second call. Do we know whether this call was routed to voicemail?
This call indicates that it was routed to voicemail.
Okay, so the 37 seconds, would that include an amount of time for a voicemail to play and an amount of time for a message to be left, if a message was left?
It could, yes.
Was there any other communication in all of the phone records that you have between the 786 number you found and Harvey Adelson's phone?
No.
Who did the 786 number belong to?
So the 786 number belonged to Sigfredo Garcia.
Okay.
Shout out to Sig. He's the one that pulled the trigger.
Okay. And Sigfredo Garcia, were you able to do a frequency report for his phone records?
Yes.
What is a frequency report?
So I'm here on slide 22, and this is an example of a frequency report. And a frequency report is just going back to that analytical software that we talked about. It can tell us, or it can rank the most frequently contacted numbers for any particular target number. So it is able to rank for us in kind of from most to least frequently contacted all of the unique numbers that Mr. Garcia's phone communicated with. Now, in a frequency report like this, it would include incoming calls, outgoing calls, text messages, unless we go in and limit the things that we're asking for, it would include all sorts of events, even some of those routing events that we saw on Mr. Adelson's records. So we don't really look at this as an exact number. We don't say, and we see here that in Mr. Garcia's frequency report, his most frequently contacted number is a number that ends in 13. See that it assigned a frequency of over 1,600 calls.
The audio.
That may not mean that they actually spoke 1,600 times, but within the records, there are over 1,600 lines or events associated with that particular phone number.
Okay. And looking at this date range, you said the number ending in 1312 was his most frequent contact. Who did that number belong to?
That number belonged to Ms. Catherine McBanwell.
Did you run a frequency report for her?
Same. Again, looking at the most frequently appearing number in the records, we see that her second most frequent number, the 9223, obviously the 5986 was Mr. Garcia's number.
Okay. And who did the 954254 belong to?
I don't know why they're muting the audio.
So this is the son of Donna Adelson.
Correct.
And was Donna Adelson one of Charlie Adelson's most frequent contacts?
Yes. Again, using the frequency report just to get an idea of relationships and maybe degrees of relationships, we do see that Miss Donna Adelson's number that ends in 0997 is, at that point, his fifth most frequent communicated number.
Okay. And this is for this particular date range on the frequency report?
That is correct.
Why do we see such small numbers there?
I'm sorry?
We see very small numbers. Does that mean he just talks to a lot of different numbers? Maybe more numbers than we saw Catherine McBanwell might normally speak to on a daily basis?
Do you mean small numbers on the frequency column?
Frequency, yes, sir.
So the frequency percentage column we see here is obviously the percentage of calls for that particular number versus all the numbers that this particular phone number communicates with. So if you only communicate with very few numbers, then your percentage for each of those numbers is going to be relatively large. Charlie Adelson communicated with a number of unique phone numbers, so that the overall percentage is a little lower because again, he had a lot more unique numbers that he communicated with.
Did you do a frequency, or I'm sorry, so who does the 954 Adelson, did you do a frequency report for her?
Correct. And we see here, this is slide 28. We see that the 9223 of Mr. Charlie Adelson for this date range is her most frequently contacted number.
Did any other number appear in the tower dump records you received from the phone carriers who was a frequent contact of Sigfredo Garcia?
Good morning, gang.
Yes. As I move on to slide 29, going back to Mr. Garcia's frequency report, and again, comparing the numbers that the subjects of the investigation communicated with versus numbers that were physically present in Tallahassee, either around Premier or around Mr. Markel's residence or Creative Preschool, what we did find was this 305 number that was, again, present in Mr. Garcia's records. One of his more frequently contacted numbers was also physically here in Tallahassee.
And who did that number belong to?
That number belonged to Mr. Luis Rivera.
Can we see your next slide of the organizational chart, please? Did anybody in this chart have phone contact with Garcia or Rivera, down at the bottom, during 2014, other than the 1 37-second call between Garcia and Harvey Adelson on July 1st, and obviously Catherine McBanwell?
No.
All right, I want to go back to that July 1st
Interesting.
37-second call that was routed to voicemail. Was it your understanding that that call came after an incident where Garcia angrily confronted McBanwell and Charlie Adelson on July 1st of 2014?
Yes.
Okay, and then Garcia left an angry voicemail on Harvey Adelson's phone.
Correct.
Were there text messages in Charlie Adelson's iCloud that referenced that event?
There were.
Okay, and do you have those for us here?
I do. So this is slide 35 now, cumulatively, and we see the communication between Mr. Charlie Adelson and Ms. McBanwell.
Okay, so if this is July 2nd, beginning at, is that 9:12 a.m.?
Yes.
So this would be the morning after that voicemail is left on Harvey Adelson's phone
That's correct.
by Garcia.
That's correct.
Can you walk us through these messages?
Certainly. So Charlie Adelson states that this really sucks, and Ms. Bagbanel responds in a couple of messages that she doesn't like the fact that someone thinks they can make decisions in her life, and then apologize, and that the leaving messages was retarded and childish.
Okay. And does she say to Charlie Adelson on July 2nd, I'm sorry, but he's a effing pussy. All that leaving messages is, as you said, and so
It's
childish.
a family show, guys.
Yes.
Jeez, relax.
Okay. But whatever.
But whatever.
Okay. All right, can we go back to our chart? I want to ask you a little bit about the communication and emails between these parties. Did law enforcement look at the communication and emails between these parties to see if anyone seemed to have a motive to kill Dan Markell?
They did, yes.
Okay, I want to go through just a couple of these.
sure
I think
they
we may
did.
have 5 or 6 in here, and I want to start chronologically, if we could, from the beginning of 2013, moving up to the murder, as far as the written communication moving up to the murder, and then I'll ask you more about the locations of the parties for the trips to Tallahassee after that.
Okay.
Okay, so if I could first turn your attention to March 6th of 2013. Is this an email from Donna Adelson? And then the email associated with her is donnaharvey@gmail.com?
That's correct.
Okay. And when we're looking at some of these emails, does sometimes the name that it appears that the email is from, is sometimes that name different, even though it's from the same email address, donnaharvey@gmail.com?
Yes.
How does that happen?
It can happen in a few different ways. That display name is what we call it, is a kind of a separate piece of information that is attached to your email address. And in this case, the email is Gmail. It provides the email service. And you can go into your Gmail account and change your display name, or change the name that you want to come up when you send email to someone else.
Makes sense.
Also, if you're using different email clients and you're checking your Gmail, maybe through your iPhone native mail application, you can also set a different name in there. So either changing it within Gmail or changing it within the email client that you're using, especially if you're using multiple different devices, it's possible to have different display names for that same email address.
Throughout the emails that we see in the records
What did
from
she say?
donnaharvey@gmail.com, is the display name sometimes Donna Adelson, as we see here?
It is, yes.
Is it sometimes Donna Sue?
Yes.
Is it sometimes Donna and Harvey?
Yes.
And is it sometimes Harvey Adelson?
Yes.
Okay, so is this an
Wendy
email from
testified
Donna
they shared
Adelson
an
to
email.
Wendy?
Yes.
Okay, and it is also a way of determining who sent the email, who signed off on the email at the end.
Yes, certainly the signature or content of the email itself.
Okay, looking at this specific email,
Dang,
in this
Donna.
email, does Donna Adelson call Dan Markell a name?
She does, yes.
And what does she call him?
So I'll display that. What you see here on the screen is the actual email in the form that it was out of the return. And then when we emphasize certain areas, I have enlarged those. I made the font bigger. I did not change things like boldness or italics or punctuation, just made it larger and changed the color to red to emphasize the sections that we're speaking of. So to your question, she says, this guy is a major fucker. I hope that your attorney is the shark that is her reputation.
And then in this
Dang.
email, looking down 2 paragraphs below, does it say, Gary told Dad yesterday?
It does, yes.
So in this communication, Dad is referred to in the third person.
Correct.
Okay. And just as you were saying before, can that give context about who sent the email so that it seems like Mom is sending the email as opposed to Dad from that shared email account?
Correct.
Obviously.
All right, and is this email signed off on?
It is not.
Okay. Looking 2 months ahead to May 21st of 2013, is this an email from Donna Adelson to Wendy Adelson?
Yes.
Okay, and in this email, does she say, wow, exclamation point?
Yes.
And says, he is such a royal jackass. How smart are you to get rid of this piece of S word? And then types out a scream.
I
Yes.
won't say the S word though.
All right, and is this email signed off on?
It is, with I love you, Mom.
Were there also emails that showed Donna Adelson's strong interest in Wendy and her sons being able to relocate to Miami?
Yes.
Looking at another May 2013 email next, is this an email from Donna Adelson up top to Wendy?
Yes.
And in this email, what did Donna Adelson tell Wendy Adelson is the most important part of her divorce?
So this is slide 42 that we're on now, and we see that the most important part of your divorce is relocation. I sincerely hope your attorney understands that that is your non-negotiable.
Sounds
In the next
controlling.
slide, does Donna Adelson give Wendy Adelson some ideas of what she should tell the judge about how this is negatively affecting the lives of Donna, Harvey, and Charlie?
Yes, she does.
And this is the mother and father's practice she's referencing here?
Yes.
Okay, and what do we have next?
So the next section, again,
Is it all-
speaks.
Go ahead. You go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, speaks of the loss of income across the entire family. Encourages her to say that because my older brother, also a dentist, purchased the practice from my father, it isn't fair to him to have decreasing monthly income statements from the practice due to my parents spending so much time here in Tallahassee.
And at the email, does Donna Adelson say,
Interesting.
why does she say she can't write anymore?
Oop. Sorry, we skipped ahead a few there. So slide 45, she indicates that she's too angry to write anymore and signs off, "Love you, Mom."
Looking at the next month in June, on June 25th of 2013, I want to ask you about an email there. And was that just days after a very significant event in the divorce?
Yes,
Was Wendy Adelson relocation denied with prejudice just about 5 days before this email was sent?
it was. Yes, the request to relocate with the children to South Florida, yes, was denied.
All right, and what does Donna Adelson say to Wendy Adelson in this email? So this one's from Donna Sue up top.
Correct.
Okay, and what does she say about their recent loss in court?
She encourages Wendy to never, never give up, and that it is time for action, time
Keep
to take
fighting.
control of your life and not let Jibbers, which is a nickname for Mr. Markel, think that he's just won anything by having you remain in Tallahassee.
And I think we've seen some of these, so let's go just quickly through the rest and go through the next one. In the next, does she appear to give Wendy Adelson a bit of a pep talk about what she should do next?
Yes,
Okay, does she say that the rest of their family's lives next will be determined by her performance in the next couple of weeks?
yes,
And how he hasn't beaten the Adelson family yet. I'm sorry, she needs to put on the performance of her life. He hasn't beaten the Adelson family yet,
that's correct.
and she has a strong family behind her.
Yes,
Is next in this email where we see the plan of action outlined.
that's correct.
And if you could skip through, is this the plan of action about posing the kids in front of the Catholic Church and getting them baptized?
That's correct.
And assuring her that this is just an act, but don't tell anybody.
Yes,
Wow.
And that she should take control of him psychologically.
correct.
Dang.
After this
Evil.
portion where she wants her to psychologically manipulate Dan Markel into converting the children to another religion, what does she say she plans to do next?
There is a plan of a financial offer to Mr. Markel.
Does she say, I am planning or we are planning?
It states we plan to make.
Does she go on to describe who this we is in the team?
She does, yes.
Okay, can we see that? And does she then detail how
That's
she,
crazy,
Harvey,
man.
and Charlie's lives have been affected by Wendy not being able to relocate?
Correct.
She says, it's time for you to show us you can put the performance of your life on for the next few weeks. What was a few weeks later?
The final divorce hearing.
Was that on July 31st and August 1st?
Yes,
Now, a day or two after this, does Donna Adelson then write another email about the relocation?
yes,
In this email, if you can, okay, so this one's from
Guess
Donna
they
and
don't
Harvey.
know
I'm
what
sorry.
With prejudice
Yes.
means.
Okay. And if you can skip through to where she's discussing the extreme links. Okay, if we can see the next one. In this email, does she describe situations where people have to go to extreme lengths to accomplish their goals, like American soldiers in Nazi uniforms?
yes,
And does she next suggest that a major act of defiance would be putting the boys in SS uniforms?
A Jewish woman
yes.
saying that
Or
is
Hitler
insane.
youth, I'm sorry, Hitler youth uniforms. Next in this email, does she tell Wendy Adelson to stand up? It's all part of an act, and we are willing to help you.
This lady's crazy.
she does, yes.
And this is where she says that it'll put a scare into this jackass.
Yes,
Next, does Donna Adelson say in all capitals that Wendy needs to see the big picture?
she does, yes.
Okay, so you didn't add those were just in there.
That's correct.
And that her life in Tallahassee is not a pretty picture.
Correct.
And then finally in this email, does she give details of the financial offer again, the $1 million email?
Yes,
And does she say that, again, that we are planning, me, her, Charlie, and Harvey, and they want her to help too, Wendy Adelson.
That's correct.
And finally, does she say that they are a team and they cannot do this without her help?
She does.
Wow. Wendy's next, y'all.
All right, and then how does this email signed off?
They can't do it without Wendy's help.
Written with hope and love, Mom and Dad.
All right.
Lock
Okay, this
the
is
whole
the final
family
email
in.
I'm going to show you today, or at all in your presentation. October 12th of 2013. So we've fast forwarded a couple of months now. Looking at this email, what can you tell us about the email chain here as far as who sent the first email, who sent the second email,
We'll
who
adopt
sent
the
the final
Adelson
email?
kids.
So
We'll take care
what we
of
see here, again,
Gee.
emphasizing kind of on the content about what's being sent, but if we look at the email chain, we can see originally this is an email from Mr. Markell to Wendy Adelson, where Wendy Adelson has forwarded it to the Donna Harvey Gmail account, and then the Donna Sue has forwarded it to Charlie Adelson.
So in Dan Markell's email sent October 10th, the subject is general principles.
That's correct.
And in that email, does he reference that he wants a right of first refusal, an RFR?
That's correct.
What does that mean in this situation, according to him?
In this situation, if what he wanted was that if Wendy was unavailable to take care of the children, that he be given the first right of refusal before Wendy solicited her parents or anyone else to watch the children.
Okay, and then Wendy forwarded that on to the Donna Harvey at Gmail?
That's correct.
And then did Donna Sue then forward that email on to Charlie Adelson?
Yes.
And what did Donna Sue say to Charlie Adelson about the contents of everything that she'd forwarded to him?
That Mr. Markell was absolutely crazy and impossible, emphasized.
So this effer is sending this to your sister on a regular basis. He is absolutely crazy. She defines RFR, and she says impossible in all caps and exclamation points.
Yes.
All right, so the date of this email, is this October 12th of 2013?
Yes.
So she's sending this to Charlie Adelson, this information about how impossible Dan Markell's being and what he's doing to Charlie Adelson's sister, about 2 weeks before Halloween of 2013?
Yes. A little 2.5 weeks.
Okay. Judge, I've got a few text messages next, and then we're going to go into all of the location information. So I could go probably another 15 to 20 minutes and get through the text, or we could
let's hear the text.
stop
We want
now,
the
whatever
text.
the court prefers.
Just finish with the text.
Yes, sir. Was there also phone communication that showed Donna Adelson's venting to Charlie Adelson about Wendy Adelson's custody battle?
Yes.
Now, around the same date as this last email we saw, October of 2013, in this text message, does Donna Adelson say, horrible
His
evening
emails
for
are
your
bad
sister
enough.
and
It's
for
about to
us.
get real.
Dad finally had to walk outside to lower his blood pressure. Just awful. I can't even explain.
That's correct.
Who is she sending that to?
To Charlie Adelson.
And what does he say?
So this is slide 66. As we continue into slide 67 with the rest, she indicates, Donna Adelson indicates that she's on the way back to Wendy's house with only one of the children, and Charlie responds, I bet, let's talk this week.
Okay, so she doesn't go into any more detail here, but she's describing how stressed Wendy is, and that's causing Dad a lot of stress, and it's just awful for her too.
That's correct.
And this would have been at that same time, or around the same time as the last email, about 2 weeks before Halloween.
Correct.
All right, so let's go to October 30th of 2013, so the day before Halloween of 2013. Here is does Donna Adelson say that she just got a text from Wendy casually mentioning that she's moving ahead with the purchase of a house that she liked. I guess she wants to do it before a certain date when she goes to England. And what does Charlie Adelson say?
That she had never told me. She never told me, meaning Wendy had not told
What's
her.
up, Jay?
How does the conversation go after that? Is Charlie for this or against this?
Against it. He's asking Donna Adelson why Wendy would do it, and ask, of course, if Mr. Markell has given permission, all of those things.
Okay, and what's next?
They were all really close.
Is he afraid that Dan Markell will hold this against Wendy Adelson? Like basically like, well, now you've purchased a home here,
He would, yes.
and use it as leverage.
Correct.
What's next? And he says he'll try her again, but basically Wendy never gets back to him, basically.
Correct.
All right, what's next?
So we see, again, this is October 30th. We're on slide 72 now. that Charlie Adelson sends a message to Wendy stating that he would call her in 10 minutes.
Okay, what's next?
He again later responds that he must talk to her to please call him, and she responds that she's in court. She can call after 4.
Going through the text, does it seem like eventually they talk?
Yes.
Okay. Can you... Okay, so they're still setting up a time to talk. Everything's okay. What's next? Does he then report back to Donna Adelson?
Yes. So we're on slide 75 here, October 31st. Charlie is speaking to Donna, texting with Donna, stating that he had spoke to Wendy and it thinks that he had made some headway and hopes they're having a good time on vacation in Israel.
Okay, so the phone call between Wendy and Charlie would have happened before this message to Mom, or to Donna Adelson.
That's correct.
Okay, and how does she respond? Oh, I'm sorry. So then does Charlie check back in with Wendy?
He does, yes.
Okay, and tell us about that conversation.
He asks how she's feeling and gives her some general advice and tells her that he loves her.
And does that advice involve renting things as opposed to buying them?
That's correct.
Okay, and says, I love you.
They were all
He does.
What's
really
next?
close, it seems like, other than Rob.
Does Donna then check back in with Charlie?
Yes, so this is slide 78, again, still October 31st, and Donna Adelson is communicating with Charlie Adelson.
And what does Charlie say next? Spoke to Wendy for 20 minutes last night. She texted me today that she pulled the plug on the house. Smiley face with a lot of smiles.
Yes.
And that's at Halloween on 5:19 p.m.?
Yes.
All right, and how does Donna Adelson respond to this news?
She says, wow, Charlie, thank you again. How did you accomplish that? You are a miracle worker. Tell us.
Okay. So she's saying,
Yikes.
thank you again. And she calls him a miracle worker.
Yes.
And then does Charlie lay out the reasons or how he was able to get Wendy to do this?
He does.
Which was kind of the same things he was pointing out to his mom earlier.
That's correct.
And says Dan would hold it against her and it would be the second dumbest mistake of her life.
Correct.
Without specifically saying what the first is, I guess.
Correct.
What's next? He's telling her how long it took to talk to Wendy about it.
Yes, and we're on slide 82. Again, this is November 1st of 2013, and he continues the conversation.
All right. What happened next? Or what's our next text message? Do we have one from February of 2014?
Yes.
Okay. Here does Donna say that Wendy is totally stressed out. Yesterday was a rough one. She'll probably have to go through another depot. Outrageous. Her attorney is abusing the system. I'm sorry. Her attorney will claim he is abusing the system by filing all these motions. And a $500,000 bank account is the same $50K he tried to get his hands on. And Charlie responds, crazy.
Yes.
Okay. What's next after Donna is venting to him about this? Does she say it's a total waste of the court's time?
Yes. I apologize, I went fast there. But yes, that it's a total waste of the court's time. This is slide 85. We're on February 15th. That yesterday he sent Wendy a text that he saw her leaving the school in our car at 2:07 p.m. He is stalking her.
Okay. How does Charlie respond to that? Oh, sorry. And then does Donna talk about wanting to get a protective order?
Yes.
That's very hard to do if there's no threats or abuse.
Correct.
But a judge should know that she's being stalked.
Correct.
And Charlie says, I agree.
Yes.
Okay. Do they continue talking about the divorce here?
Yes.
Okay. What's next? And they're continuing to complain about the system, the judge that's assigned to the case, and Charlie says that complaining about the amount that Wendy's attorney is costing,
Correct.
and Donna's agrees.
Yes.
Okay, what's next? He wonders if she's mad at her attorney. How does Donna respond? Donna says she's too stressed. Let's keep her conversations with her light. Let's not add to what she's dealing with. Let's just get through Monday. Nothing stressful.
Correct.
Is there another
Charlie
text
was the
message
fixer.
on February 17th?
Yes. This is slide 92.
And on this, is Donna saying that she just left the courthouse?
Yes.
Okay. And how does Donna respond to how did it go?
She says, okay, we'll talk later.
Okay. And she gives some more detail about what happened in court?
Yes. Slide 95, still on February 17th, that the judge was really pissed at him for not paying Wendy and continues.
Okay. And it looks like Wendy's still going to have to be deposed, but with strict limitations to questions.
Correct.
And she wants Danny to get psychological testing.
Correct.
All right, what's after that? They're talking about
I think Wendy's the one that needed
Danny
psychological
getting a
texting.
large bill.
Yes.
Okay, what's next?
So February 19th?
Is this more talk about the divorce proceedings?
Yes.
I won't make you read this whole email. I'm getting tired too. But basically in this email is Donna complaining about Dan Markel coming to the soccer game of the boys and wanting to play with them.
Yes.
And she calls him an F word here.
Yes. A couple of times.
And basically saying he's allowed to attend the children's activity when it's windy time, but that's it. He can't be spending more time with them than just attending.
Correct.
Okay, what's next?
This is now March 4th of 2014. We're on
Okay.
slide 98.
Okay, thank you. So on this day, so on March 4th of 2014, was there a text message in the records where Donna Adelson asked Charlie Adelson to erase a text that she sent to him?
There is, yes.
Okay, can you walk us through that exchange?
So again, this is March 4th. She is communicating with Charlie. She indicates 37 miles to Gainesville.
As in coming from Tallahassee going to Gainesville.
That would be correct, yes.
Okay. And what does she say here?
She says, I can't talk now, but I'll text you before we stop in Gainesville where I can go to the bathroom and have a moment of privacy. Then I'll call. Please pick up because I will have limited alone time today. Erase this text after you read it.
What does she send a few minutes later?
She says, we'll stop in about 5 minutes and I can speak to you privately about Dad's birthday gift when I'm out of the car. I have some good ideas.
What was the time difference between those two texts?
This text was at 10:42 a.m. and this is at 11:08 a.m.
Okay. So 20 minutes before, she's texting saying, we'll have a private conversation and erase this after you read it. Then she sends a text 20 minutes later saying, I can speak to you privately, and says what it's about, Dad's birthday gift.
Correct.
Does she tell him to delete that text where she said the subject of the private conversation?
There's no request to delete that text.
And how does Charlie respond?
He says, great.
And then is there some communication after that where they're setting up this phone call?
Yes.
Okay, can you show us that? She's saying, don't call yet.
Correct.
Okay. She needs 5 more minutes until she can get to the bathroom for the
Yes.
private call. Okay, what's
This
next?
is 11:10 a.m.
All right, moving on to May 30th. In this text is Donna telling Charlie that she had a tough conversation with Wendy.
Yes.
All right. And this text message then is on the second to last day of May of 2014?
Correct.
All right. And through Luis Rivera, was it learned that there was not only a July trip to Tallahassee, but also a trip in June, at the beginning of June, where these killers came to Tallahassee?
That's correct.
All right. Judge, this might be a good stopping point for now.
Very well.
Thank you.
Members of the jury.
All right, that's it. So what do y'all think about Sergeant Corbitt? Starting to line it up, starting to paint the picture how controlling Donna was. And it seemed like Charlie was pretty controlling over Wendy as well. It's awkward to see and listen to how much Donna was trying to really just orchestrate Wendy's life. And Wendy seemed like she was all for it. I don't know. Is Wendy a victim in this case? Or was she the mastermind behind everything? Let me know what y'all think in the comments and in the chat. All right, now we're going to get into the FBI agents. Shout out to all 1,500 of you that are in the building. And 500 of you have liked the video so far. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to everybody that's just joining us. I saw J Money in there. I see Kara. I see Jay Buckmasters in the building. Taco Tuesday. Amy dropped in the memberships. If you got a membership from Amy, y'all know what to do. Make sure you say thank you, all right? Slim Life dropped a super chat as well. Said, good morning, fam. God bless all of you. Sounds like Wendy is laying the groundwork. Love you all. Blessed to be here with y'all. Thank you for the support, Slim Life. And yeah, y'all are saying Wendy is not a victim. I don't think so either. Donna and Wendy plotted together. I mean, Donna said, we can't do this without you. What was she talking about? It's FBI time. I know y'all are waiting and excited for this. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now we're actually going to get into part of the FBI investigation that took place involving Charlie and Katie and Mr. Garcia, Mr. Rivera. And they're going to paint a picture of what all they had to do to not only catch Charlie and the other 3, but to show that Donna was connected to this entire situation that happened. Here we go.
Please say your name and spell your name.
Special Agent Louis Bronstein, Louis Bronstein.
How are you
Oh, man.
employed?
A special
He
agent with the
spelled it
FBI.
How were you employed back in April of 2016?
He spelled it
Special
too
agent
fast.
with the FBI.
All right, and did you participate in a surveillance operation on April 20th of that year involving Charlie Adelson?
Yes.
Was your involvement
I
in that
spelled it
operation
right.
related to a wiretap that was happening simultaneous with the surveillance operation?
Yes.
What was your role in the operation?
That day I started off on physical surveillance of the undercover bump operation for officer safety purposes. And then for the remainder of the day I was to be available for surveillance as needed.
Did you conduct some surveillance at a restaurant by the name of Dolce Vita in Miami?
Yes.
Where is that restaurant located?
North of Miami Beach. I don't remember the exact intersection.
Sunny Isles Beach, sound right?
Yes.
Are you from, I guess you said you did surveil the bump that took place earlier, right?
Yes.
It's
Okay.
Bronstein.
And what was your objective at the Dolce Vita restaurant?
Moved towards the Dolce Vita restaurant with the intent of conducting physical and technical surveillance of the meeting inside. Upon arrival in the parking lot, I met up with a technical agent from the FBI and received surveillance equipment in a bag. And I made my way into the restaurant and got situated as close as I could to Charlie and Katie.
Were some photographs
was
taken
spying,
of, is it Charlie
spying.
Adelson you're referencing and Katie Catherine Magdanoa?
Yes,
Were some photographs taken of them outside the restaurant?
I believe so.
Okay, was that before or after the meeting that you're referencing?
I don't know that I can speak to that. I was not doing photography at the time.
All right, let me just show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit 137 to 140. Are you able to recognize these exhibits as photos of those two that were taken outside the restaurant where you did your surveillance on the occasion we're talking about?
Yes.
Just want to make sure they're all very accurate.
Yes.
Okay. Judge, at this time I'd ask to move into evidence 137 through 140.
Any objection? States 137 through 140.
Publishing 137. Publishing 138. Publishing 139.
So that's Charlie and Katie in the picture.
Publishing 140.
He does look like he could be related. That's true.
When you entered the restaurant, how close to the target subjects were you able to position yourself?
Let's say about 10 to 12 feet.
Okay, it's just at the next table.
So, yeah, I want to say it would be the next table over, but there was possibly a span where there should have been a table, so just estimating, based off recollection, it would be about 12 feet.
All right, and did the bag contain any video equipment?
I believe so.
All right, so you were recording both video and audio of this restaurant conversation.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the equipment that was inside the bag there?
I had not seen it before that day. That was my first look at it.
Did
But I
you
could-
understand how to operate it when you went into the restaurant to use it?
Yes.
Okay, so you were able to successfully capture that restaurant conversation with
That's
that
correct.
equipment? Okay. Can you describe anything about their demeanor that you observed during this conversation?
It was tough to hear because of the air conditioning system. Based on visual observation, body language, they're having a conversation with each other. They're paying attention to what each other was saying. I could not make out very many particular words, except there was a moment where the AC was abnormally quiet for the restaurant. I did hear something, but it was a very small snippet of a sentence. They maintained their conversation with each other, and throughout the duration of my sitting in there, became less and less worried that they would notice me sitting nearby because they were paying very close attention to what each other was saying.
Okay. And have you had an opportunity to review the recordings of the that came out of the operation from that day?
Yes.
Okay. And are they fair and accurate recordings?
Yes.
Right. And I asked you the date, April 20th of 16, but I didn't ask you the time. Do you know the time that meeting occurred, time of day?
Afternoon around 3:45 or 4.
And I asked you if you had an opportunity to review it, State's Exhibit 114. Judge, at this time I'd ask to move 114 into evidence.
Any objection? States 114 is admitted.
Any efforts to clarify the audio from that recording and try to take out some of that background noise, would that have anything to do with you, or would that be somebody else's job?
That's somebody else's work.
All right, no further questions, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
Wow, that was it?
No
Okay.
questions.
You may step down.
Wow, that was super
Recalled by
quick.
the party. You are released.
Shout out to Special
Please
Agent
call your next witness.
Louis Bronstein. FBI was not playing around.
Please raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
I do.
You may take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly.
Who is this?
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
James Keith McElveen, M-C-E-L-V-E-E-N.
How are you employed?
I work as a forensic scientist. I'm an electrical engineer. I work at Wave Sciences in Charleston, South Carolina.
And
Hey,
what type of
shout out
work
to
do you
South
perform
Carolina.
at that business?
I mostly do audio research, particularly in forensics.
Can you describe your education and experience in that field?
I am a master's level engineer, electrical engineer, and I've had 35 going on 40 years of experience.
And as part of your work, do you clarify audio recordings?
I do. I also sit on committees that write international standards for audio forensics.
And approximately how long have you been doing the type of work that you did in this case specifically?
Probably about 25 to 30 years now.
Judge, at this time, I would tender the witness as an expert in the field of electrical engineering,
Electrical engineering and forensics.
electrical
Audio forensics.
engineering, and audio forensics, Your Honor.
Does the defense wish to void the witness?
Not on these topics.
Any objection to him providing an opinion while testifying?
No, Your Honor.
Members of the jury, the witness will be permitted to testify in the form of an opinion in the fields of electrical engineering and audio forensics. You may continue.
And I think you testified you have a master's in electrical engineering, is that right?
That's correct.
And you were the program
Wonder if he's
manager
related to
for
the
a government
car
organization that
dealership,
included
McElveen,
tech ops work?
out there. If you
Yes.
know, you know.
Okay, and also have done some work with private companies doing government contract type of work, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you found the company that you're currently with?
I did.
Have you published articles related to your field?
Yes, I have. Multiple.
Have you ever testified as an expert before in this area?
I have.
Okay, were you asked to clarify some recordings made at the Dolce Vita restaurant in association with this case?
Yes, I was.
What items were you provided with?
2 audio-video recordings from 2 different devices that were
What's up,
in
DeAndre?
the restaurant. One of which had better video and one of which had better audio.
Okay, and were you able to put those together and give us the best product that you know how to give us to help us make out the words the best we can?
Yes.
All right, and in that process, do you do anything that changes or alters the speaking voices that are on the audio recording?
Only how do I put this? We don't alter the subject's voice. We leave it natural and as untouched as possible. What we do is suppress everything else that's not in that place we're trying to focus on.
What were the issues with this particular exhibit? as far as being able to hear it in its raw form?
Well, it was a restaurant, and busy restaurant. There was everything from typical restaurant noises with coffee grinders and espresso machines and such as that going on. The position of the recording devices also made them pick up noises coming from the kitchen. So there was dishwasher and vegetable chopping type sounds going on back there, kids screaming, voices playing, and a television. So
Kids are
it's
always
easier
screaming.
probably to list what wasn't on the recording than what was.
Okay. And can you explain the process you use to clarify the audio on this exhibit?
Yes. So what we do is we treat the sound that's captured on the recording more like it's the light captured by a camera. So if you do any photography and you use a lens, you may think of the kind of the classic taking a picture down a picket fence, and you can focus on one of the wooden slats in the fence and it's sharp, but all the rest of them in the foreground and the background are blurred out and maybe invisible. So that's our approach, and we're able to set the focus spot on the subjects that we were asked to enhance, and then blur out, like those missing pickets in the fence, everything else in the restaurant.
Okay. And are the results of your audio efforts contained on the exhibit in front of you, States Exhibit 115?
Yes.
All right, and did you also, for us, pair the audio with the video that was available of that particular event?
In Dolce Vita, we did not.
Okay. Have you had an opportunity to review States Exhibit 116, which does include both the audio, the video, and the transcript of that event?
Yes, although we did not review the transcript content.
Okay.
We did review the audio and the video, and it does match the enhanced audio that we provided.
There you
Okay,
go.
so everything seems to be appropriately lined up with the audio clarification that you did.
Yes, I just don't want to step outside my role as in audio forensics and speak to a transcript.
Understood. All right, Judge, at
Good
this time,
man.
I'd ask to move into evidence States 115 and 116.
Any objection?
He's a good witness. He knows what he's doing.
If I understand the witness's testimony, he's not able to say the transcript is accurate.
That was Ms. McBano's part, Your Honor.
She is already authenticated as a part of her testimony.
No objection, Your Honor.
States 115 and 116 are admitted.
Did you also do some work on States Exhibit 132, a recording from a Matt Surrey restaurant?
I did.
All right, and were the same processes that you previously described with the prior exhibit used on this one as well?
They were.
Okay, and does States Exhibit 132 contain the audio product that you generated?
Yes.
Okay, and has the audio been paired with the video accurately in States Exhibit 133 also in front of you? All
Yes.
right, Judge, at this time I'd ask to move into evidence States 132 and 133.
Any objection?
Just a moment, Your Honor. No objection, Your Honor.
States 132 and 133 are admitted.
All right, and then you also have an Exhibit 118 in front of you. Did you do some work on a phone call? Phone call?
Yes.
Okay, and is the work that you did on clarifying that phone call fairly and accurately contained on States Exhibit 118?
Yes, it is.
All right, Judge, that's just for identification only at this time. No further questions.
Another witness.
Cross-examination.
Just briefly, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay, with respect to the second restaurant footage that you enhanced, am I to understand that you enhanced an enhancement more recently? Did you provide additional materials recently to the State Attorney's Office?
What we did was not an enhancement. We only took the audio track and put it with the video track. So
That's what you-
we didn't touch anything, but just basically saved the original, the processed audio that we did and the original video, and just saved it in a different format.
Okay, so then that's what you did recently?
Yes.
Okay.
So no enhancement done in that step.
Okay. And then, yes, were you ever provided with the audio of the interview done by law enforcement of Wendy Adelson on July 18th of 2014?
No, I was not.
And specifically the end of that interview when Miss Wendy Adelson calls my client.
Not to my recollection. I do not believe so.
And so the government did not ask you to do that?
Correct.
Just a moment.
Nothing further, Your Honor?
Redirect examination.
Wow. Okay. And that was that.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
You may step down, sir. Will you be recalled by either party?
Not from the state, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
You are released. Have a good day. Please call your next witness.
They call Special Agent Brian Kendall.
Getting these FBI agents in and out of there. And shout out to Amy for giving the background on why the FBI was involved.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
You may take your seat.
Thank you.
Please speak loudly and clearly.
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Brian Kendall, B-R-I-A-N-K-E-N-D-A-L-L.
How are you employed, sir?
I'm currently employed at a private investment firm.
What about back in April of 2016?
At that time, I worked as a police officer for the city of Plantation, and I was also assigned to a
So you
federal
got an
task force.
upgrade.
As part of your work with the Federal Task Force, did you participate in a surveillance operation involving a Charlie Adelson?
Yes, I did.
All right. Was the surveillance that you conducted of Mr.
hear
Adelson
from
related
the
to
guy
a
that talked to
wiretap that
Charlie.
was happening simultaneously with your part in the investigation?
That's correct.
What is it that you were asked to do?
I was asked to surreptitiously record Mr. Adelson at a restaurant on the night, I believe it was April 20th, 2016.
How about April 21st?
21st, correct.
Okay, and who was Mr. Adelson meeting with at that restaurant?
His father, Mr. Harvey Adelson.
All right, and was that the Matsuri restaurant?
Yes, a sushi restaurant in Miami.
What equipment was used when you went in to record?
I had a covert surveillance recording device that recorded in audio and video.
How covert was it?
It wasn't the most sophisticated device. Would you like me to describe it?
Yes, please.
It almost looked like what they call now a man bag or a large bag that had a hidden recorder and video equipment inside of it.
And was there any sort of strategic problem with using that sort of messenger-style bag under the circumstances inside this particular restaurant?
Yeah, so when I entered the restaurant, I saw Mr. Charles Adelson and Mr. Harvey Adelson sitting at the sushi bar. There was an unoccupied stool next to Mr. Harvey Adelson, so I took a position directly next to Mr. Harvey Adelson because it was extremely loud in the restaurant. I put the bag directly on the sushi bar between myself and Mr. Harvey Adelson.
Okay, and what does
Wow.
it mean to get made?
Obviously, when you get made, they identify who you are and they know you're up to, maybe they identify that you're law enforcement or they know what you're doing.
And
That's
do you
funny.
think that might have happened on this effort?
I think it was pretty obvious that my actions were probably a little suspicious to them.
Have you had an opportunity to review the
blew
recording
his
from
cover.
your
That's hilarious.
messenger bag device, States Exhibit 131?
Yes,
And is that a fair and accurate recording of what was captured from your device that day?
yes it is.
Okay. And as far as clarification of any audio that was present on that recording device, would you be responsible for that, or was that Mr. McElveen that we just heard from?
Yes, I never even, other than authenticating it, I'd never reviewed it.
All right, moving to evidence, States 131, Your Honor.
An objection.
Objection.
States 131 is admitted.
That's funny.
No
This
further
guy
questions,
blew his own cover.
Cross-examination.
No questions.
You may step down. Will this witness be recalled by either party?
No, Your Honor.
You are released, sir.
Thank you.
Please approach.
All right, so what do you guys think? This FBI investigation so far is showing the setup, showing everything that went down behind the scenes. We got an FBI agent that blew his own cover. or an agent, we should say, that blew his own cover. Interesting stuff here. Let me know what y'all think. We're going to keep it moving. And shout out to the gang that's in here. Over 2,000 of y'all watching. Wow. We still got a lot of testimony to get to, and we're actually going to see some video coverage, it looks like, here coming up soon. And some screenshots, some pictures. Oh yeah, this is about to get crazy. All right, let's go ahead and get back into it. Let's skip through this sidebar real quick. All right, here we go. Oh, and actually, let me read what Amy said. Talking about the FBI's investigation. Why'd the FBI step in? Murder for hire across state lines. Dan Markel was killed in Tallahassee, Florida, 2014. But the suspected planning and financial arrangements were tied to South Florida, where the Adelson family lived. Because of money transfers, communications, and potential interstate elements were involved, the case drew federal jurisdiction alongside state prosecution. Undercover sting operation in 2016, when the FBI launched an operation known as The Bump. Agents staged a conversation where an undercover officer approached Donna Adelson in the parking lot, suggesting the family needed to pay more money to keep things quiet. This thing was designed to catch the Adelsons acknowledging their involvement and was secretly recorded. The murder involved multiple people, hitmen. We've got Garcia and Rivera, Catherine, aka Katie, and financial backers like the Adelson family. The FBI's expertise in organized crime, wiretap surveillance, and forensic financial tracking was needed to untangle the chain of payment and communications. Shout out to Amy for always giving us some great insight. All right, here we go.
Special Agent Pat Sanford.
We've got another special agent in here about to testify. Let's go ahead and check it out, see what he has to say. We're going to hear from this agent for a little while. He did a lot of work here.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
I do.
You may take your seat.
Thank you.
Please speak loudly and clearly.
Yes, sir.
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
My name is Patrick Sanford, Sanford. I'm a special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
How long have you been employed with the FBI?
Approximately 26 years.
Long time.
Sorry, one moment. Were you asked to assist in the investigation of the murder of Dan Markel?
Yes, I was.
How did you get involved in that investigation?
I was called originally to assist with outside leads on the case. There were some interviews and some other follow-up things that happened outside the state of Florida that they asked me to assist with. And as the investigation continued, I became more and more involved.
The other guy retired and kind of left you holding the bag, right?
He did.
Okay. Are you familiar with Luis Rivera and his role in this case?
I am.
Were you a part of the initial interview of Luis Rivera when he was attempting to become a witness in the case?
Yes, I was.
And do you know the date on which his proffer was given?
I could refer to some notes.
Okay, if I said the date, would you be able to tell me if it sounds right or not? September 30th of 2016?
Yes.
All right, and the investigation had been ongoing for some time at that point, right? I mean, the murder occurred in 14.
That's correct.
Okay, and in the proffer that was given by Luis Rivera, was there anything new, particularly interested in anything new that you were able to corroborate that law enforcement didn't already know before that interview?
Yes, there was.
What was that?
One thing was he told us the day before the homicide occurred that him and Sigfredo Garcia were riding around in the green Prius in Tallahassee when Mr. Garcia accidentally shot a hole in the floorboard of the Prius, and it actually disabled the vehicle, and Mr. Garcia had to actually fix the vehicle to get it running again.
At the time that you conducted the interview of Rivera, you knew that they had rented the Prius, right?
That's correct.
Law enforcement had already traveled to the location in Miami where the Prius was rented and identified the car and the VIN number and all those things, right?
That's correct. I've been down there and done all that.
Okay, but we didn't know to look for this hole in the floorboard.
No, there was carpet in the floorboard and you couldn't see it.
Okay. Did law enforcement, in an attempt to corroborate this new fact, go back to locate the vehicle again and see if there was in fact any evidence of what Rivera was describing?
We did.
Okay, I'm going to approach and show you what I've marked as 48 through 52. You recognize these exhibits?
I do.
Are these fair and accurate photos of the vehicle once you found it for this second time after Rivera's interview?
Yes, they are.
Judge, at this time I'd ask to move into evidence states 48 and 52.
Any objection?
No objection.
They are admitted.
May I publish?
You may.
Publishing states 48. Had the vehicle changed hands by this time?
Yes, it had been sold by the room company.
And had it been repainted?
It had.
Were you still able to see at some of the seams of the vehicle where that silver pine mica color, you could still kind of tell was the previous color?
That's correct. Like in the door jambs and under the hood, there was some clues of that.
All right, States Exhibit 49, were you able to confirm this was in fact the correct vehicle by the VIN number?
That's correct.
States Exhibit 50, what does this image show?
It shows the passenger side of the vehicle. It has a directional rod put through where the bullet hole traveled, shows the direction of travel.
So the hole was still there under the carpeting?
The hole was still there in carpet, correct.
Published in 651. Did the hole actually puncture the gas line as Rivera described?
That's correct. That is the fuel line that you see there with a
These dudes are
with some
crazy.
kind of mechanical piece attached to it to put it back together to make it run again.
States Exhibit 52.
And there it is again, just a close up.
Thanks. If I can make it any better. Old-fashioned way. So this little piece that's attached to the gas line is the repair that was done on it.
That's correct. You can see where the bullet would have severed the line and it took that piece to connect it back together.
Anything else that Rivera told you that you didn't already know?
Yes, he told us about that the homicide had to take place on the day that it occurred because he was traveling out of, Mr. Markel was going to be traveling out of town the following day.
And were you able to confirm that Mr. Markel did in fact have plans to travel out of town the day after he was killed?
He did. He was planning to go to a conference up in, I believe it was New Jersey.
Sad, man.
And Mr. Rivera's proffer also enlightened us to the June trip, right? That there was a second trip that preceded the July trip in which Mr. Markel was killed.
That's correct. He talked about the June trips also.
And were we able to corroborate that through the testimony of Sergeant Corbitt that we just heard from?
That's correct. We had several instances that were able to corroborate that.
All right, are you familiar?
Speak up, please. We're having trouble.
You can just speak up a little bit louder, Special Agent.
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with the
guys weren't
wiretap that
even
was
rookies,
conducted
they
back
were
in
just
2016 in reference to this case?
I am.
Whose phones were tapped?
It was Charlie Adelson and Catherine McVanwell.
How many cell phone calls were intercepted total as a part of that wiretap?
Well over 10,000 calls and text messages.
All right, and did you review a disc of the calls that have been deemed relevant for this jury's consideration?
I did.
Okay, and are all of those calls contained on that I guess this thumb drive actually, States Exhibit 99, are those fair and accurate recordings of the calls that we intercepted in this case?
They are.
All right, Judge, I'd ask to introduce States 99.
Any objection? States 99 is admitted.
Permission to publish by way of demonstrative B, Your Honor.
You may.
B as in boy. Did you find any evidence in the calls relating to Donna Adelson meddling in her children's lives?
We did.
Okay, and I want to ask you about specifically Wendy's life and her purchase of a house. Are you familiar with the fact that Wendy Adelson had a contract to purchase a house in 2013 here in Tallahassee?
Yes, I am.
All right, and that she pulled the plug on that house on Halloween of 2013. You familiar with that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And are you familiar with the evidence that Catherine McVanwell gave regarding being approached on that same day by Charlie Adelson about what ultimately became this murder for hire?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And have you reviewed call? I'm sorry, what? Oh gosh. Let's strike that. I'll come back to it. I also wanted to ask you about meddling in reference to Wendy's dating life. Did you hear anything about that on the calls?
I did.
Okay, and specifically, I think this one's called 989. What's the gist of what is on that call?
Mrs. Adelson's talking to Charlie Adelson, and they're discussing Wendy's current boyfriend, which is his name is Dave, and talking about different ways to keep her dating Dave and keeping her from breaking up with him.
All right, and is Donna Adelson enlisting Charlie's help in dealing with Wendy?
That's correct.
All right, managing Wendy.
Correct.
All right, permission to publish at this time call 989, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
And if we could start at 8 minutes and 56 seconds or thereabouts. Computer. We have no power, so we're requesting a recess.
Members of the jury will take a brief break. Judge will escort you to the jury.
Amy says they had T-Move hitmen. Oh man. Here we go. Let's get back into this testimony.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Sorry about that. Agent Sanford, in front of you is a copy of State's Exhibit 85, the wire call summary. Can you tell us what is contained in that exhibit?
It's a list of calls that we selected, calls in a couple of text messages in a little bit of timeline and mostly chronological order.
The dates that the calls were made and who they're to and from, that sort of thing?
That's correct. It
And
just
does
has,
fairly and accurately depict the identifying information for the calls contained in State's Exhibit 99?
that's correct.
All right, Judge, at this time I would ask to move into evidence State's Exhibit 85.
Any objection? States 85 is entered.
May I have permission to provide copies to the jurors, Your Honor?
You may.
Madam Court Reporter, would it assist you to have a copy of the summary? All right, we were about to listen to call 989. Judge, we're going to advance the call to 8 minutes and 56 seconds, but I thought we'd start just at the beginning to give the jurors an opportunity to put on their headsets. We provided headsets for each juror with a number, and there's an accompanying volume
Oh,
control
come on.
in the
We want to
front
hear
here.
it. Did we get to hear it?
My suggestion is just let everybody tinker with it and get settled, and then we'll move the
That's
call
fine.
along.
For that, use your notepad still.
All right, let's skip ahead.
I don't know if I'll wait them for all of it, but
That's an
just to
actual
make sure
audio.
I can hear it properly.
That's why you're not working with traffic. Oh, okay, okay.
Here we go.
Hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Good. I don't work. Oh boy. I had some barbecue up in Jupiter. That's why I just wanted to avoid traffic. Oh, okay, okay. So you're done for the week? You're not working tomorrow, are you? I actually am working tomorrow. Oh, I know. And then I was off Monday. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's fine. I
Are
don't
you
care.
good?
Yeah. Just trying to earn a living.
Tinker?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's go to 8 minutes, 56 seconds.
Because I'm in that demographic of guy that wants to date. And I don't have a problem telling her, like, you put the Victoria's Secret model budget at 37. I'm not asking for her to meet. No. So it's an unusual guy to live. Of course. I have done. I know. I know. And I will continue to talk to her. But there's a limit to, there's a point at which someone purposely will do what you're asking them. Purposely do the opposite. Well, she couldn't screw her life because
There isn't going to be another day. There isn't going to be another day.
What's that?
There's not going to be another
No,
day.
no. The reason why I'll never tell someone you can't win the lottery twice. But I can tell you this, the probability is not in your favor. Probability is not in your favor of winning the lottery once. Winning it twice, even more. And that's, that's how I talk to her. Because what happens is
That's what you need to do.
we have scenes where I don't ever offend her. Because I don't talk about her. I just say, wait, listen, if you put a 37-year-old Victoria's Secret model in front of me, I wouldn't want to get serious with her. Why? When I could do it with a 25-year-old. I said, a 25-year-old is going to be 18 in 15 years. I go, you want to buy a car with high mileage or low mileage?
Oh man, Charlie's over there spitting that red pill. Y'all see what he said? Oh, the ladies aren't gonna like this. I go, listen, Wendy, you don't want to date a guy in his 50s. You know why? Because he's too old for you. He's gonna be 60 in 10 years, and in 10 years from now, you don't want to get yourself with a 60-year-old. I get it. And he also says, what you say? I don't talk about her. I just say, Wendy, listen, if you put a 37-year-old Victoria's Secret model in front of me, I wouldn't want to get serious with her. Why? When I could be with a 25-year-old. I said a 25-year-old is going to be, I said a 25-year-old is going to be 18 in 15 years. I go, you want to buy a car with high mileage or low mileage? What? Hey, yo.
I wouldn't want to get serious with her. Why? When I could do it with a 25-year-old. I said, a 25-year-old is going to be 18 in 15 years. I go, you want to buy a car with high mileage or low mileage?
What is he talking about?
You don't want to date a guy that's 50. You know why? Because he's too old for you. And he's going to be 60 in 10 years. And 10 years from now, you don't want to see yourself as a 60-year-old. I get it. So it is what it is.
They don't hate the player, hate the game.
Why she's not going out with things? Because she's there with her clean experience.
I know.
But they're open to it.
Of course. But just hear me out. I can talk to Wendy differently than anyone can. But even when I do, I don't reference those saying, Wendy, in a million years I would have dated a girl like you with 2 kids. Because it's true, in a million years I would. What I would say is, Wendy, the Victoria's Secret model, I wouldn't have you set me up with a June 37. And that's just, it's a double standard, but that's life. And she knows about double standards in life. It is what it is. So,
oh man, can y'all hear this, or do I need to read some of it? Because I would enjoy reading it. I'm not gonna lie. If y'all want me to read some of it, I will. He says, I don't know. I don't reference it as saying, Wendy, in a million years, I wouldn't date a girl like you with 2 kids. Because sure, in a million years, I wouldn't. Dang. What I would say is, Wendy, a Victoria's Secret model, I wouldn't have you set me up with if she was 37. That's just, it's a double standard, but that's life. And she knows about double standards in life. It is what it is. So all I can say is, like, when I talk to her and put it in those terms, she gets it. She gets it. But obviously it doesn't help.
I wouldn't have you set me up with a June 37. And that's just, it's a double standard, but that's life. And she knows about double standards in life. It is what it is. So all I can say is,
that's
like,
true, Taco Tuesday.
Put it in those terms. She gets it. She gets it. But obviously it doesn't help that she's got these fucking friends. I know. Tell her that you deserve the Superman with some guy who's a doctor who's single, who's just dying to take over the responsibility of 2 kids who aren't his. Like, and there's tons of very wealthy, successful, young, good-looking guys wanting to date her.
And not only that, I mean, Charlie, he's got some points here. And then you got to deal with the ex. They're not going to like this. Some people aren't going to like this stuff.
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
That's cool.
Someone like him who's happy for you, who knows what it's like, could understand it, and it doesn't bother them.
Yeah, it's not only that. Let me give you an example. Ted Berman. You're a little fucking odd, that crazy mom lived on the other street. The lawyer. Okay. Ted Berman got divorced with his wife. He can be now. I told you about that, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he took a whole bunch of people.
This is hilarious.
He took, Warner Sapp.
No, go back to the transcript.
Warren Sapp, Javon First, a whole bunch of his friends, like paid for everybody, for like 20 people to go for the weekend. So like, I'll go there and spend like $50,000. So his wife ended up sleeping with Javon First. So anyway, so he's engaged now. So it's a girlfriend, he's not forever. Okay. He has 3. I'm in that age group. I don't know.
Why is he talking to his mom about this though?
I had her pause it for a moment to explain that beeping noise that we just heard. What is that noise?
That's the sound that it makes when the officer who's monitoring the call, he minimizes it. So
Okay,
he'll
so
hit a
we're
button, it stops it, it makes that noise, and then when he presses it again to monitor again, it picks right back up on that same spot, basically.
All right, but we're
Yeah,
gonna
that's Charlie
sort of
talking.
hop in and out of the conversation when we hear that noise.
Exactly. There's not a big pause in between. You'll hear the noise, and then the conversation will pick back up.
All right, and am I correct that the people that are being intercepted do not hear the noise, the beeping?
That's correct.
The
They do
idea.
not.
Okay. All right, let's say a little more.
This is hilarious.
And I'm wondering if too, that one, it's honestly, yes, your kids are a blessing to you, they're important than somebody else.
Yeah, that's right.
But, I mean, listen, do I look like the kind of guy that wants to go home from work and talk to my 37-year-old girlfriend while her kid parks in my face? No, they're my nephews, I love them. But as far as dating someone, hell no. I want to go ahead and tell my girlfriend, listen, let's go away for the weekend. What time do you get off next Friday? Okay, I don't want to go like, oh, we got to deal with, can we get the in-laws to watch them, what their schedule looks like. It's not just Wendy, it's Wendy and the 3 boys. It's 3 people you're dealing with.
Listen, having kids and being a stepfather is not for everybody, all right? And I respect Charlie for understanding who he is. He said, it's just gonna be me and the girl. I don't want to deal with your kids. Hey, at least he knows. And he's upfront about it, seems like. Hey, shout out to Charlie, man. Y'all don't hate on Charlie for that.
So you can't, and
He said he don't want to deal with some kids farting in his face.
I mean, I know that.
I get it,
part of
Charlie.
it's because, you know what? Someone gets handed a golden opportunity.
But you know what? That's what she has to hear. Sometimes you get the gold ring, I don't know what she said her niece was talking about.
Because she has everyone telling her that she's such a great catch. She is. But they're not. But guess what?
They're not living her life.
They're not living her life, and they're not breaking it down. And
Hey,
saying
Charlie.
Who's, and listen, the guy who may treat
Charlie's
her really
spitting
well,
right now.
may never really bother the kid. Like, there's so many aspects to it. So, you can be a great guy. She doesn't really want to do anything with your kids. What are you going to do? Kick him out, too?
This guy not only is crazy about her,
Yeah.
he's crazy about his beliefs. And he's definitely truth, and that's what.
That's why. Not because the truth is, she can be a great guy. Those aren't his boys. And she just doesn't like him. What does she do? Treat her well? He may treat her well. But he's like, okay with the
He'll
kids.
tolerate the kids, he'll put up with them.
I put up with them, whatever. And then what if they're real nice to the boys on day one, but 3 years down the road, he's pretty much had nothing. But right now, they're going through a tough time. I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't know that she's been given an opportunity that she most likely will never happen again.
No,
She's thrown it away. She's not only thrown it away for herself, she's thrown it away for the kids that deserve it as.
But you don't understand, you could never say that to her. Well, you can, it was the same girl.
Yeah, I know.
You can say anything you want, it's American. I can tell you the end of the company. You can tell me the beginning.
If I wanted to say it, if you weren't here, that's what I would do. I would try.
You fucked it up good. You fucked it up good. No, I tried. You would get 30 seconds into your planned speech before she told you to butt out of her life. And rightfully so, it's her life. She can tell you whatever she wants. But the difference is that I can talk to her differently than you
I
can.
know. Charlie,
So-
believe me, and I'm grateful that you did. And really, you know that. You know that.
Trust me, I know. I mean, listen, she's doing great with that, considering everything she's been through. I would just like
You know what?
her.
She's your sister. She loves you. She's good sister.
Can y'all hear her okay?
Brother. I'm just grateful that the two of you have each other. I really am.
Well, I am too, but I can
I
tell you
really am. And I appreciate what you do. Because
I go.
who else is going to do it? Who else is going to say, hey, wake up? This is not the purpose of our community. It's glad to be doing. Thank God.
Listen, most people don't ever get an opportunity like this to begin with. Like the whole thing, to begin with.
I'm shocked that you don't.
Because and that's what I listen on. When
And I can already hear it. You need to go like, wake up.
trust me,
It's hard to hear what Donna said.
Believe, let me say this much to you. As much as you feel like not throw over the head, I feel like punching her in the head, not throw over the head.
Sure.
So trust trust me on this. So what I'm telling you is that I'll talk to her, and I will do my best with school. My best is very good.
I know.
And you gotta understand, what the way I'll tell her too is like, Wendy, she loves Jess. I think Jess is awesome. Jess will be a great president. And I talk to Jess all the time. Wendy, I wouldn't leave Jess in a million years because she's 37 and she has no kids.
She's okay, and Jess probably wants children.
Absolutely. I said, but she has to, I go, what's it about? So it's like you win in the lotto and say, I'll never win the lotto again. That's not true. You still have a 1 in 14 million chance. That's like, I'm not going to take that from you. You can get out there and buy another ticket and win.
This is a weird conversation to have with your
mom. Highly
mom.
unlikely. So, and this highly.
Okay, I think we get the idea. We're 2 years out, right, from Dan Markell's murder.
That's correct.
And who is Dave? Did you identify Dave through the course of the investigation?
We did. He's Dave Atel. He owned it. He was a successful businessman and lived in South Florida.
And is this the only...
Yeah, so basically Charlie was like, hey, you got a golden opportunity here. You're 37. You got 2 kids. You better run. You better get the bag. What are you doing? Go get with this guy. Take advantage of the opportunity because, listen, he could run off with the 25-year-old Victoria's Secret model, and he's choosing you with your 2 snotty-nosed farting kids. Charlie. Oh, Charlie is a menace. I ain't mad at it.
Call that happened to be captured on the wire in which these 2 are discussing Wendy's love life?
No, it wasn't.
They talk about Dave quite a bit.
They did several times.
All right, and they talk about Wendy's career options too, don't they?
They do.
And does the defendant, Donna Adelson, enlist Charlie to convince Wendy to do her bidding in reference to Wendy's career as well?
Correct, she does.
I'm going to publish call number 2873 at this time, Judge.
You may proceed.
Shout out to Charlie.
Learn as much as you can from these people. Sounds like you're not learning much of anything. But I would take the course. Of course, you could do the course 2 different ways. I think it's either 1 week and then you take the course, or you could go like every weekend for a month and then you take the test.
Family super weird.
I'm thinking about that right now. I still, my counseling is being ready. So I would be.
Is this 2873? No. Ew.
Look like a
we'll come back to
conversation
that one.
he had
Sorry,
with Katie.
folks. Wrong call. All right, are you familiar with the bump in this case?
I am.
All right, what's the bump?
Here's
The bump is where we took an undercover agent and had him approach Mrs. Adelson with a plan. It was during the time of the investigation we had evidence that linked Luis Rivera and Sigfredo Garcia to being the actual hitmen. So in 2016, we decided to created the bump to have an undercover approach her, pretending to be a former cellmate of Luis Rivera. Luis Rivera in 2016 was actually incarcerated in the Broward County detention facility and then went to another jail. So we wanted the undercover to pretend to be in a jail cell with Luis Rivera and pretend that Luis Rivera told him about the hit in Tallahassee with the Adelsons.
Wow.
Being, sorry, not with the Adelsons, but the hit that he that was created, linking back because we had telephone calls going through, linking Luis Rivera to Sigfredo Garcia, then to Catherine McManua, then to Charlie Adelson, then to Mrs. Adelson here.
So it was.
That is interesting. All right, so let me know what y'all think about this first set of phone calls. We're going to get into some more conversations here shortly. As we heard, they set up the bump after all of this happened, and now we're going to see what happened moving forward. Let me know what y'all think in the comments in the chat. All right, here we go. Let's keep it moving and find out what happened to Sig's cellmate. Wild.
It was a ruse.
It was a ruse.
Designed
correct.
to generate chatter on the wire.
It was. It was 2 years after the homicide, and we started a wire, and we knew that they were not talking about the homicide anymore. So we wanted to we call it tickling the wire.
And was the goal to identify, if the pattern that we're seeing that we think is the members of the conspiracy, is that right? Who's a member of the conspiracy and what are their roles?
Yeah, we had Luis Rivera, Sigfredo Garcia would talk, and then Sigfredo Garcia talked to Catherine McManua through the phones. Catherine McManua would talk to Charlie Adelson through phones. Charlie Adelson would talk to Donna Adelson
to the phones, and then it would go back, and it would
Sloppy.
always go back and forth in that order. It never skipped anyone, never, no one ever jumped over to the other person. It always went back and forth. So we had that in the phone records leading up to the homicide, but what we didn't have was the conversations.
So was it of interest to find out, if we approach Donna Adelson in this way, what's she gonna do? Who's she gonna go to?
Exactly,
Is she
see
gonna
what
call
her
the
reaction
police?
was.
Is she gonna call Luis Rivera? What's she gonna do?
Exactly.
Right? Okay. And did you have an opportunity to review State's Exhibit 113? Is that what it is? 113 contains the combined videos from both the body-worn camera of the officer that approached the defendant and also the angle from across the street.
That's correct.
Okay, and are these fair and accurate recordings of the bump from both those angles?
They are.
All right, moving to evidence, States 113, Judge.
Wow.
Okay, objection? States 113 is admitted.
All right, and the undercover, the officer that played the gang member, I guess, said that he was instructed not to be aggressive or not to scare the defendant. Was that you that instructed him on that?
It was. We had, we didn't want to cause concerns for the agent's safety. If he approached her being too aggressive and too scary, we didn't know how she would react, if she would possibly be armed at the time. We had no idea, so didn't want to create
be
a
bad.
hostile environment to make her become.
Imagine somebody approaches her and she runs off into the street and just gets hit by a car or something. That would be awkward.
Overly aggressive.
And is
cause
that-
him-
Is
sorry.
that a concern in every undercover operation, that you just kind of don't know what you're going to get? I mean, it's not specific to this defendant, right?
That's correct. That's in every case. We try to minimize the risk to the officer's safety and the people around.
Okay. Let's publish 113, please.
Black shorts. What is it?
Here we go. Here's the bump.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get that. Yeah, listen, just want to let you know that,
Can we see the
you know
video?
Your family, has been taking care of Katie and her friend Lupo for quite some time after your problem up north has been resolved. And I want to let you know that my brother, he's incarcerated. He helped your family with this problem you guys had up north.
Why can't we see the
want to
video?
make sure that he's going through some rough times. We want to make sure that you take care of what he's going through, the way you're taking care of Katie and Tuzo. Well, this will explain it. Thank you.
And right after that, she calls Charlie, the
Pause,
fixer.
please.
She calls the fixer and says, "Hey, handle this."
Does the defendant remain under surveillance for some time after this?
She does.
Okay, we see her take the paper from the undercover and fold it and put it into her purse. Does she ever take it out and look at it before she gets back into her building?
Not that we ever saw, no.
And does she make any phone calls once she goes back into her building?
When she goes back into her building, she does.
And who is the first person that the defendant calls after the bump?
Charlie Adelson.
All right, is that call A?
It
Nice.
is.
Okay, publish call A, please.
Now, I do not have a problem with this, and I don't think this implicates Donna, to be honest, because if I'm have this situation, I think there might be something going on, and it involves a family member. Now, I personally would probably call the police, but I could see why Donna in this situation would not call the police. If she thinks there's something happening, there's something going on. This person mentioned Katie. She's like, Katie? Why the heck would they say something about Katie? Let me call Charlie real quick. So she calls up Charlie and is like, "Hey, man, what you got going on, brother? Why did this dude just walk up to me in broad daylight and ask me about Katie? What y'all got going on?" So again, there's still some reasonable doubt here. Now we're going to find out what she said, as we've already heard before, what she said to Charlie in this case, excuse me. But I don't think this implicates her on its own. So we're going to have to see some more evidence here.
Hey, Harv.
Special Agent Sanford is like, come on, y'all. Get it together.
Tonight after work or some other tournament very near future, I need to meet the people with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Did someone write a letter to you or something?
I've got some paperwork hand delivered to me.
You're being sued?
No, that's what I thought it was, but I'm going to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay? So, I'm going to give you, I'll have to figure out something. You can tell it will be wherever you are.
Well, I'm in Mitch Klein's office on Park Boulevard.
Okay.
So I'm right now in Thailand, Chile, and I'll be at his office in the afternoon.
Okay. So the boys who finished their piano lesson around 4-ish, and they at the traffic over there, and they take a ride with them up there.
Did Dad know about it?
The dad's at work today, fortunately.
What's IRS?
You know, the IRS people.
So they're going to meet in person to talk, basically.
Unfortunately, not now.
Okay.
So I will talk to you. I'll give you a heads up if I'm going to drive up that way. Okay? And,
Yeah, so see, again, Donna was smart. She said, I am not putting this on the phone. She's like, I need to talk to you. Charlie says, all right, okay. And Charlie says, does Wendy know about this? Does it involve Wendy or anything? Donna says, no. So just, hey, look, I'll just talk to you later. He says, what is it? And he says something that they couldn't make out. Donna says, yeah. Charlie says, all right. Does it involve me or other people? And Donna says, well, probably both of us.
Does Wendy know that? Is it involved Wendy?
No. So let me just talk to you later. And,
What is it? Is that health okay?
Yeah.
Does it involve me or other people?
Well, probably both of us.
What's that?
Probably the two of us. So you probably have a general idea what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, this is bad. Okay, this is bad. This is all we needed to see. Donna says it probably involves both of us. And Charlie says, what's that? Donna says, probably the two of us. So you probably have a general idea what I'm talking about. Nope, not great.
So you probably have a general idea what I'm talking about. So let's just find some time to talk to each other and take the boys for a ride, okay?
You're going to take the boys up there?
No, Wendy doesn't come home. We doesn't get here till about 7 once the dad gets here.
So it's harder to be talking today.
Tomorrow.
Hang up the phone, Donna.
All right. Well, I'll be up at Mitch Klein's office. You want to come up? Oh yeah, so really.
I'm just concerned that we have to get up there and get back and time for Wendy to get them. Sometimes she gets out a little earlier than coming out here.
Can I ask you a question? Who's the paperwork sent from?
Why is he talking about this on the phone?
I see that, that's right. I think something that came hand to hand to me. I couldn't go in today.
Does it rank with it anonymous or?
No, oh no, it's not anonymous. Not anonymous. I just don't want to discuss it on the phone.
There she goes. I just don't want to discuss it over the phone. Take a motherfucking hit, Charlie. Dang. This is why Charlie's serving life right now, and we're still questioning whether Donna's involved or not. Charlie is as many great points as he made earlier. Hey, he's a dummy. Why are you talking about this on the phone? Hey, I need to talk to you about something. Who's involved? Probably both of us. All right, cool. I'll talk to you later. He's still going on. He wants to know now. Charlie, shut up and meet her at the restaurant, dude. Dang.
I'm silly, but if you want,
I wouldn't bother you. Trust me.
Donna should have hung up.
you want me to come down?
I can't hear you.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Dad actually works later tomorrow. You know, he goes in at 1 o'clock. We both work out at the gym from 9:30 to 10:30. So
Whatever it is, I'll take a look at the paperwork.
Yeah.
I hope it's not the IRS.
I just would like you to review it and give me some input into what.
Now, again, here's where reasonable doubt comes in, right? Because Donna has said nothing about Danny. She said nothing about murder. She said nothing about a setup. She said nothing about a hitman. Here's where the reasonable doubt comes in for me, because Charlie said, oh gosh, I hope it's not the IRS. And Donna's like, yeah, you know, me either. So because Katie's name was brought up, right? Donna could be thinking, because she's in charge of payroll, oh man, I don't even know what Katie does. I know we've been doing some things that probably aren't great. I don't know why. I don't know why we've been paying this girl and she hasn't been doing any work, but I'm worried because we might have a situation here. Again, that's some reasonable doubt that I'm sure the defense is going to point out, that we don't know why Donna was concerned. We don't know why Donna didn't go straight to the police. She might not have had any idea that Charlie was involved in the murder of Danny at this point. It's possible. Is it reasonable? I don't know.
What your thoughts are. Okay, so come down tomorrow. Dad leaves at 12, so anytime after 12 would be good.
12 tomorrow.
Yeah, he leaves at 12, he starts at 1 there, so 12 or 12:15.
I'll come down that soon. I got to leave and see you soon.
That would be great.
Perfect. I'll talk to you later.
Love you. I'm proud of that.
That's so nice. They love each other. I mean, there's some...
Would you describe the defendant's demeanor on this call as really calm?
Yes,
She says Dad's at work, fortunately.
she does.
Does she indicate that she's in fear on the call?
No, she does not.
She was handed a piece of paper that had an article about the murder of Dan Markel, right?
I hope it's
Correct.
not the IRS.
That's what the interaction was about.
That's correct. That's what he handed her and made reference to it.
And when Charlie asked the defendant what it's about, what does she say?
She says to both of us,
Probably both of us. Probably the two of us.
and then the two of us. Said it twice.
Does she say the name Dan Markel on this call?
No, she does
Nope.
not.
Does she say the name Dan Markel anywhere on this wire?
No, not that I recall.
If she had, that would have been
Did she
bad.
report this incident to the police?
No, she did not.
Hell no. I wouldn't report it to the police.
Is there another call shortly after this one?
There it is.
Tell us about the next call, call B.
Call B is on the same day. It's from Mr. Charlie Adelson to Mrs. Donna Adelson, and it occurred about, I want to say about 20 minutes after the call we just listened to, at 2:35 p.m.
Let's publish call B, please.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Good. Is it me not paying the sun tax? I'm not kidding. No, listen, what was I going to say? Do you mind paying my Brown & Brown insurance?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Because I'm going to just stay with the same company. Yeah, but the thing is this, if you stay with the same company for 3 years, they then try to bump you down to the lower bracket.
Oh, okay. So it's a good idea to do that.
So I might as well stay with them and hope that that's actually true, that they can do what you set it up. Putting in the lower bracket.
Okay. So you want me to call Pam Hall?
Yeah, because I told her that my mom called her because she's, it's like that stuff in the office.
Okay.
And then just send them a check. Because they have to have it before, I want to say the 29th or something.
Okay.
And I was
I'll do
looking
that now.
at do that. And listen, whatever it is, whatever someone says, I wouldn't worry too much about anything.
Okay.
I mean, so if someone can write whatever they want to write, someone can say whatever they want to say, and I'm not worried.
Okay.
So, was it another bad review on Yelp?
There's reviews come in. Sometimes they're not bad reviews. This is a particularly bad one. So,
Okay, so now they're speaking allegedly in code language here, is what they're saying. So they're talking about reviews on Yelp. Was it a bad review on Yelp? And she says, oh, you know, those reviews come in and sometimes they are bad reviews. This was a particularly bad one. And Charlie says, so something. And she says, yep. And then Charlie says, but I'm not being sued.
So I'm not being sued? No. Okay. All right. Honestly, it's whatever it is, and I wouldn't just judging from what you're making it sound like. I wouldn't stress it out too much.
And what the state is trying to show here is she was very calculated in not saying Danny's name. So what they're alleging is that they used coded language to refer to this entire situation, talking about, oh, I hope it's not the IRS. The IRS meaning, it could mean Katie, it could mean Sig, it could have meant Mr. Rivera, it could have meant Tato or Tuto. It could have meant that. Yelp reviews could be a reference to, who knows, payments that need to be made or communications that were made. Did someone make a communication? They call it a Yelp review, and she says it was a Yelp review and it's something simple and it can be taken care of. He says, okay, if it was a bad Yelp review, Danny's like, okay, well, we'll talk about it. That's what the state's alleging here, and I'm sure they're going to get into shortly.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, people can always write, people can always say anything they want. It doesn't, someone says you're a bad dentist, it doesn't mean you're a bad dentist. So, but anyway, I'll definitely come down. It actually works out perfectly. I had the day off.
Okay. So I'll make you take me out to dinner, so make sure you bring cash with you.
And again, this looks bad on both of them because we know now that this was a setup and it wasn't about a Yelp review, right? So Donna's obviously lying here and saying that she needs to meet with him about something. But we still don't know how much she knew. We don't know if she was saying, hey, if something goes wrong or if you have something you need to talk about, whether it's the IRS or one of the suppliers that we use, if you have to call me about it, refer to it as a Yelp review. Then we'll meet in person and we'll discuss it this way. So there's still, again, a lot of reasonable doubt here. We know the message and what the piece of paper said, something about money and an article showing what happened to Danny. But did Donna know? It's tough. This is a tough one.
Okay.
Do I need to bring cash?
Yeah, it's like if you take me out to dinner, I have to look. You're probably going to do it, right?
Yeah. Was this, look, I should bring cash. I don't have much cash to bring.
Yeah. I'll see if I have money for dinner. Let's see what I can share.
She's saying, I'll see if I have money for dinner.
Is someone blackmailing you?
Well, it's going to be a possibility.
You think someone's trying to blackmail you?
Maybe.
Now, see, again, this is tough because Donna's made it clear to Charlie that she doesn't want to talk about this over the phone. And now you see Charlie here saying, okay, well, like, what is it? So if they had a coded language, he wouldn't need to ask her if she's being blackmailed and he wouldn't need to talk about it over the phone. And if Donna was trying to hide it, why would she say, oh, well, it's a good possibility I'm being blackmailed, but I want to talk to you about it in person? This is weird, man. It doesn't make sense.
Maybe.
No.
Or maybe they're trying to play it off. Like, I can't believe it.
I don't know the blackmail. Is there any way I can see you? You can't come up here at all.
It's going to be difficult because essentially the parent teacher.
He does talk too much. Get off the phone, dude.
And even if I came up there and got there with you could find this team, it would still be tough to, necessarily get back here in time for when we pick them up.
Was this? Can I just ask you this? Is this anything government related, or is this like a whack job writing a letter to you?
Like who?
Is it like a whack job writing a letter to you, or is this government related?
No, I don't know if it's government.
So it's not government or military or anything like that?
No.
Who was the letter addressed to?
Me.
To you? Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Are they playing this off,
Does
guys?
do you know who sent it to you?
I have a pretty good idea. But, you know, let's talk about either, and I would like to, today. I will definitely, I just don't know if I'm going to get back here in time for them to might not be able to.
Is it, so you, whoever sent you a letter, sent you an anonymous letter?
Charlie,
Did
get
they
off
sign
the
it?
phone, dude.
We can't deliver them.
So someone showed up, was it like by process server?
That's what I did was.
It wasn't.
No.
Where did they come to you at?
When I would walk out of the building and make a right and go past both driveways with the icon.
Right.
And I'd walk in about 5 feet from pressing the button so that I could cross the street to pick up the guys that's me.
Right.
If she knew nothing, why would she only want to talk in person? Because they were cooking the books, and Amy mentioned it earlier. They were doing some things with their business that probably wasn't above par, right? Or above board, I think is the term. Amy says, yeah, and they were charging extra fees on top of cash patients and making it look like they were discounting, so they were paying taxes on what they were actually making. So maybe that's what she thought. Again, Charlie's probably thinking, why would someone approach his mother about this? Because he dealt with all of them directly, right? And I think most of them didn't even know Donna was involved, allegedly. They dealt with Charlie. Katie never talked to Donna. The only thing she heard about Donna was when Charlie mentioned Donna such and such, according to Katie. So here, I mean, Charlie might be like, they don't even know who she is. Why would they contact my mom? So again, either they're playing this off really, really well, or Charlie's just not making the connection. And Donna, she doesn't know what this is about and why someone would be approaching her. We don't know yet. We don't know. I don't know. I'll speak for myself.
Okay? You say I do. I'll work on the computer and then finish it, okay? Yeah, maybe somebody who exactly who I wanted. Corbitt, I know.
And he came over and was it a young guy, an old guy?
So probably mid-30s. I wouldn't forget that face.
You said, was it
Really?
an old guy or young guy? Mid-30s.
Johnny, I can make you a chance to go up there. I'm just concerned that getting back here in time and saying you're worried. I don't think it's a good idea to really have this all. You know?
All right.
And it's going to be a shock for
Well, I mean, you have to get into stuff with insurance. I mean, it's crazy that someone handed you a letter like that. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe we better just keep it on, tomorrow, that's 12:15, 21.
Is the person like threatening you or anything?
Dang, Charlie's still talking.
You're never going to have an interpretation. So, let's not worry, and let's meet tomorrow. I think that's better. But let's meet tomorrow afternoon.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you want to take a picture of the letter and send people someone sent you?
Hell no.
So it wasn't the government or the military or somebody, just some random person.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. How long was the letter?
Yeah. So what, again, guys? Ah, man, y'all might not like this. Again, it sounds like I have a mother, all right? Y'all back me up on this. What it sounds like to me, hearing how Charlie is talking to her, it seems like Charlie did not let Donna know what he and Katie and Sig, or what Tato and Tuto were planning. And now Donna's getting involved and Charlie's like, oh, Mom, wow, I can't believe somebody approached you. That's so weird. I wonder what they could be approaching you about. And he's over there sweating, right? And Donna, thinking from her perspective, okay, well, I know we're paying his girlfriend money, and he asked me to start paying his girlfriend money. I've been signing the checks. We need to meet in person, and we're going to sit down, and Donna's going to look him in the face and say, Charlie, what the did you do? I'm going to be honest. That's how it seems to me. That's the impression I'm getting from this conversation. She doesn't want to say it on the phone in case she knows her son, in case Charlie did do something, which we now find out that he did. She wants to know from him directly, looking him in his face, looking him in the eyes, sitting him down and finding out exactly what he did. Dang, Donna might be innocent, y'all. Yeah, let me know what you think about this. We're going to keep going with the conversation. I really should just let it play out and stop interrupting, but just being a regular human and someone who's had interactions, who's been a kid, who's had interactions with their mother, that's exactly what this sounds like. I don't know. Donna might not have known anything. All she might have known is that she was cooking the books over there. She's guilty of that and knowingly guilty of that. But if at some point Charlie in person told her, hey, I need you to put Katie on the payroll. Don't ask me why. You don't need to know about it. Sign the checks, give her $1,400 a week, and we'll just keep it moving. Maybe Charlie was protecting his mom, and the reason he's acting like this is because he now realizes that somebody's knocking on his front door and his mom's there answering it. He doesn't know if it's the police. He doesn't know if it's Sig. Or if it's Rivera. He doesn't know if it's someone sent by Katie, and he's like, oh, man. Dang.
No, it was just a copy of all of the stuff that was written in the letter that was written in a copy of that letter.
Is the person threatening you?
And some of them, she.
I mean, it's kind of thing if there's a threat, you go to the police.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me, I don't get into it. People threaten you, gotta go to the police, but let me.
Maybe Danny took it too far. Charlie took it too far.
It won't be the first time I'm threat. But.
I can just see what you think.
Yeah,
right here, right up here. So let's do that. Let's make it, 12:20, 12:30. Tomorrow, that would be ideal. Okay?
This phone call isn't doing what I think, what the state thinks they're doing.
All right, yeah, no, I'll come down and see you.
Yeah.
So, all right, if it's something serious, I'm going to recommend going to the police, so.
Oh, no, I know. That's what I'm supposed to do.
So, all right, sounds good.
We'll talk tomorrow, okay?
All right.
Again, reasonable. Let's talk about reasonable doubt here before we move on. Is it reasonable to think that Donna absolutely hated Danny and couldn't stand him? Yes. Is it reasonable to think that Donna wanted Danny to not exist? Yes. Is it reasonable to think that Donna was so controlling and so psychotic that she wanted to get the children baptized in front of a Catholic church, being a Jewish woman herself, and take pictures and send them to Danny so he would crash out? Yes. Is it reasonable to think that she was willing to offer Danny $1 million so he could relocate and move there so the kids could be with her? Yes. Is it reasonable to think that Charlie came to her and said, hey, I need you to put Katie on the payroll? It's reasonable. Is it reasonable to think that Charlie came to her and said, hey, Mom, I need you to sign off on this and get this money moved over here? It's reasonable. Is it reasonable to think that Donna, feeling all that way about Danny, helping with the money on the other end, did not know what Charlie was doing? I think it is. Even in my opinion, even with all of this we've seen, I still have not seen a definitive thing that points to Donna knew for sure and helped plan everything that happened to Danny. Charlie, yeah. Katie, yeah. Sig, yeah. Mr. Rivera, yes. But Donna, I don't know. Y'all have to let me know what you think in the comments and in the chat. This is tough, man. I don't know for me as a juror if this phone call is doing what the state wants it to do. To me, this introduces more reasonable doubt. Now that I'm hearing how Charlie is talking to Donna, I'm hearing that Donna's being careful about her words and seeming like she needs to talk to him because her saying it involves both of us. It could be because of what they've been doing with paying Katie. I mean, who knows? This is tough.
On this call, we hear the defendant say that this is a particularly bad Yelp review. Is this an example of code talk?
Yes.
This doesn't have anything to do with the Yelp review, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so already in call 2, we've got code words being used.
That's correct.
Wow.
And she indicates that Charlie should bring cash, and if he doesn't have it, she'll bring it, right?
She does.
Does she indicate she knows who sent her the letter?
She does in a way. She knows who the person was by seeing him.
She says, I have a pretty good idea who sent it.
Right.
He asks if she wants to send him a picture of what she received from the person. What's her answer?
And she didn't think that was a good idea.
He asks if there's a threat, we should go to the police. What does she say about that?
She says at the end, she finally says something like, we might do that, something around there.
Y'all give me
Okay,
one
but
second.
initially says not a good idea.
Correct.
And did anyone go to the police?
No.
Does she reiterate in this call, no talking on the phone?
Did she indicate that? Yes.
Okay. And is there a third call in which Charlie calls back and presses for more information again?
Yes, there is.
How soon after call B do we get that next call?
The next call is at 3 o'clock, so about 15 minutes after that call ended.
All right, publish call C, please.
Hey, sorry about that. Quick question for you. Well, one thing I was going to say is obviously don't talk about things in the apartment or any place.
Oh, obviously.
The other thing is, was the person black, white, Hispanic?
What?
And they just came up to you and they said your name and they handed you a piece of paper?
No, no, didn't have it right away. First talked to me for a while, and then handed it to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't hats, sunglasses, or?
No, nothing. Nothing. You could describe them to a T.
What's that?
You could describe them to a T. No, nothing.
Was the person nervous or angry or?
No, calm as could be. Totally calm.
That's really crazy. Are they trying to ask for money or something?
Yeah.
If someone trying to, listen, if it's something like that, I'll probably like go to the police, but
And they have to, but they'd rather talk to you personally.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, there's scumbags out there all the time that try to do stuff like that.
Oh, no.
So,
That's why you just want me to see, because I don't want, not your father upset. So,
don't say anything to dad if like they can look at it, the dad's part of it.
Absolutely.
On everything.
That's why I suggested, after he goes to work tomorrow.
Did the person give you any kind of like time frame or anything?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. It's clear what's wanted.
What did it tell you exactly what did they ask for?
He told her not to go to the police.
I don't know, the TV is probably about 5.
They asked you for $5,000?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You mentioned, like, an ex-girlfriend. Hi, Sandra. Good morning. Good. How are you? Okay.
that's crazy. Let me take a look at it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll go from there.
So here's where the TV is brought up. Let me run this back real quick. So Donna says it's clear what's wanted. Okay, it's clear they're asking for money. Charlie says, can I just ask you, what did they ask for? And Donna says, I don't know. The TV was probably about 5. Okay, this doesn't make sense. And this is coded. Donna said, or Charlie says, they ask you for 5,000. She says, uh-huh. He says, that's crazy. She says, uh-huh. Charlie says, yeah, and then Donna says, and mentioned, like an ex-girlfriend. Let's keep it going.
No, I don't know. This TV is probably about $5,000.
They asked you for $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
mentioned, like an ex-girlfriend. Hi, Sandra. Good morning. Good. How are you?
She said they mentioned Katie.
Okay.
that's crazy. Let me take a look at it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll go from there.
Lincoln going first. Okay, do that one. Yeah.
Okay. Let me take a look, and then I'll
If you want to go to dinner, we'll see where we go.
Yeah, I'll go down in the afternoon, and I'll take a look at whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
We'll go
today.
for a walk on the beach or something. It's going to be nice tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Love you too, honey. Bye-bye. Yes.
All right, so this call, Charlie says obviously don't talk about things in the apartment or any place.
One moment. What is the objection? His approach.
Oh, they got an objection. Man, come on. We want to get back into these phone calls. These are good. This is good stuff here. They're really trying to paint the picture and break it down. Oh man, the judge took them all the way over there. Lord.
Oh gosh, where are we? Obviously, don't talk about things in the apartment or any place. And she says, obviously, right?
That's correct.
Why?
That's a good question.
Did you have the apartment bugged?
No, we did not.
Did the gang member have the apartment bugged?
No, we didn't.
And next, there's a statement, this TV is probably going to be about 5. Was there anything to do with the TV in this bump operation?
Yes.
What was the word TV mentioned to Donna Adelson when the undercover approached her?
No, not at all.
Did he say she was buying a TV for $5,000?
No.
Okay. So the TV, though, has significance in the greater context of your investigation?
That's correct.
How so?
Charlie Adelson had supposedly joked to several people about buying his sister a TV as a divorce present instead of hiring a hitman.
All right. And was that the same TV that also served as Wendy Adelson's alibi in the morning of the murder?
That's correct.
He did.
In this call that we just heard, Donna Adelson says that the person that approached her, quote, mentioned an ex-girlfriend.
Rule, please clarify your question. It's kind of been so it's clear as the context.
When Ms. Adelson is talking on this call that we just heard, she says that the undercover, quote, mentioned an ex-girlfriend. Does she say the name of the ex-girlfriend
No.
to Charlie Adelson?
No, she doesn't.
All right. Did the undercover say the name of an ex-girlfriend to Donna Adelson?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
He said Katie and Tudo.
Okay. And does Charlie have more than one ex-girlfriend?
Yes, he does.
He has a litany of them, right?
He does.
Okay. So
Katie
when
was
Charlie
getting
hears
paid, though.
ex-girlfriend, does he, in fact, on the next call one of his ex-girlfriends?
Yes, he does.
Okay. And he has not been told Katie yet?
That's correct.
Okay. Who does he call?
He calls Catherine McManlin.
Is that our call D, the next call?
Oh, what did he say to Katie?
Yes, it is.
Publish call D, please.
He said, listen here, man. You better tell them guys to stay away from my mama. I haven't heard the call yet, but let's see what he says. I already gave you your money. No, he's not going to be that aggressive on the phone.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on? No, do you someplace you can talk more?
So what?
Are you any place that you can talk?
You can talk right now.
What's that?
Just talk right now. Just talk.
Okay, can you go somewhere that's not loud when I'm talking to you?
I can't get the place loud, so I can't get out.
Okay, I'm trying to walk outside.
Charlie, why are you talking on the phone?
Get outside. All right, leave it on. All right. Somebody. Hang on a second. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear.
Okay. I just want you to listen to me. I'll be able to talk to you in person when I see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom walked the kids. I only heard part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go down there and talk to her tomorrow to find out what's going on.
Okay.
She didn't want to elaborate.
Uh-huh.
But she said that someone approached her on the street,
Uh-huh.
called her by name,
Mm-hmm.
handed her an envelope with something in it.
Yeah.
And somebody was, she really wouldn't go into detail. I have no idea what this is in reference to.
Charlie, get off the phone.
Something regarding her son, something regarding his ex-girlfriend, and the person asking my mom for some money.
What?
Yeah. So I said, well, yeah. I'm like, first what you're saying, I thought it was like something involving the IRS or a payment
Yeah.
Charlie's
or
freaking out.
something like that. So I don't even know what the fuck it's about at all.
So somebody just like bumped into your mom like that?
Well, they came up to her on the street after she dropped the kids off at school. I guess she brought them to school. I don't even know. But they must know her routine. They must know who she is.
Yeah.
They walked up to her. They called her by name. They handed her an envelope. And she said they spoke to her for a few minutes. And then she said they're making reference to my ex-girlfriend. I have no fucking clue what that's about.
Yeah.
And then they explained that they needed to be paid the money.
Charlie denied.
For what?
I guess I didn't want to talk to me on the phone. But
like, did she see the person? Was she like, she should have like,
oh yeah, that's what I said. I said someone's going to try to blackmail you or something.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. You like that.
I said, you got to be big. She's like, I don't even know what this is about. I don't want to talk about it. I will take a picture and send you what it is. Like, I just want to see the person. So I'm going to go there. I can't even fucking go there today because I won't get to work with them at night.
Yeah.
So she's like, just.
So you were talking to your mom?
I don't even fucking know. I don't know what's going on with my mom's body. You didn't do anything with my mom. I mean, yeah. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. I don't know.
Ooh, hold on. Why isn't this highlighted? Hold on. Charlie says, is somebody stalking your mom? Charlie says, I don't even effing know. I don't know what's going on. What my mom, I mean, you didn't do anything with my mom, did you? And he says, I mean, you guys. And she says, who said I did anything wrong? And he says, okay, just checking. I don't know. So again, it seems like Donna and Katie, as Katie testified to, really didn't have a close relationship. They really didn't know anything. Donna was signing the checks and sending them off. Or they could be lying. Boy, this is crazy. This is wild.
Just checking. Just checking. I don't know.
They could be playing all of us.
Like, what the hell?
I don't know.
Person, like, just going up to your mom, like, hello.
Yeah, and my mom said it involved your ex-girlfriend, so I don't even think she said who. I'm just like, you're my last girlfriend, so that's why I called you.
What do they want from her?
I have no idea. So anyway, I'm gonna find out. Well, they wanted money.
I know, exactly. Did she tell you? Like, what
no, she was.
And again, we got to go back to this part. It seems like Charlie, as much talking as he's doing, he's a good liar, because we know now that they were all involved. But he says here, yeah. And my mom said it involved an ex-girlfriend. So I don't even know. I don't even think she said who. I'm just like, you're my last girlfriend, so that's why I'm calling you. Again, we now know that Charlie and Katie were involved in the murder of Danny. But he's saying, hey, my first thought was, okay, ex-girlfriend, let me call Katie. And he asked her before, you didn't do anything with my mom, did you? And she was like, oh, no, I didn't do anything with my mom. With your mom.
She said who? I don't know. Like, you're my last girlfriend, so that's why I called you.
What do they want from her?
Reasonable doubt.
I have no idea. So anyway, I'm gonna find out. Well, they wanted money.
I know, exactly. Did she tell you? Like, what
no, she was just kind of like a little bit rattled and with the kids, and it was like, she just had the day off tomorrow, so she's like, come down and talk to me. So I'm going down tomorrow to talk to her, and then I don't remember if it's been anything to do with you. If they're mentioning you or any reference to you, I'll keep you posted.
What about me? Yeah, like
I don't know.
girlfriend.
Well, we'll talk. It could be anything, so I just assume that.
Exactly.
But anyway,
These people are amazing liars, because look at what they're playing this off so well. Look what Katie says. Well, you like have 1,000 ex-girlfriends. Why are they calling me? Well, obviously because you were involved in a murder. Maybe they thought they just kept a tight circle, and Sig and Rivera, they weren't going to say anything. Katie knew they were involved, but everything should have been good. And Charlie's like, it was just the four of us. Nobody else would have known. And he says, well, F. It could be anyone. So I just assumed that. And Katie says exactly. He says, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So I may want to see you tomorrow if it does have anything to do with you. If it doesn't, then I feel like an effing idiot for even bothering or wasting your time. But if it does, and Katie says, I mean, I feel bad for your mom. Like, who the hell, if that was me?
What about me? Yeah, like
I don't know.
girlfriend.
well, we'll talk. It could be anything, so I just assume that.
Exactly.
But anyway, doesn't matter. So I may want to see you tomorrow if it does have anything to do with you. If it doesn't, then I feel like a fucking idiot for even bothering wasting your time. But if it
Yeah,
does,
but you're back to your mom. Like, I don't know. I thought that would be the right comment right away.
I know. I said, Mom, was the guy wearing mask glasses? And I was like, no, I didn't think the person I was one in a second. They came over to me, they spoke to me very politely. There was a white male in the 30s, no hat, no glasses. Just a white male in the 30s, came up there and she was the dresser. So, but anyway, either here or there, I feel like an idiot if it's some other text. But anyway.
Yeah, did you have any fight with him over there or something?
I don't know. I mean, they just be calling everybody today.
No, yeah, you should try to find out.
I thought when I spoke to my mom, she said it's probably they mentioned your name in it. That's why I was calling you, but I'm gonna feel like an idiot if they didn't. So, but anyway, are you working tomorrow? What's the story?
Yeah, but you can always talk while you're there. Doesn't matter.
All right, what time I'm finished work?
Thank you. All right, let me know.
What time you finish work tomorrow?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Well, like I told him like I'm usually between like 9:30 to. You want me to get up? Okay.
What?
She was working while she was getting paid by Charlie as well.
Okay.
Like today I was like super like crazy.
Okay, I gotta get back in there. I'm gonna be in Miami, and when I'm done hanging out down there, I'm gonna talk to you. Okay?
Yeah, I'm like right there.
So figure somewhere around 4, so I'll see you.
Okay.
All right. No worries, kiddo.
All right.
Have a good day. I'll talk to you later.
Business.
Ugh, he called her kiddo? Ew. That's weird. What a
In this
weirdo.
call, Charlie Adelson tells Catherine McBanoa that the man that approached his mother said, quote, something regarding her son and his ex-girlfriend. Did the undercover say anything about Charlie Adelson or Donna's son?
No.
Did the undercover reference Charlie Adelson at all?
No, he did not.
When Donna Adelson relayed to Charlie what the undercover did she say they mentioned you?
No.
But he deduces that he misremembers that it was just about him.
That's what appears, correct.
Did he proceed after this call to call any of his other ex-girlfriends?
No, he did not.
Did he speak to anyone else about this other than the family members that we're going to hear in Catherine McBanoa?
No, he didn't.
Right. There was discussion of an in-person meeting between the defendant and her son, Charlie Adelson. Did that take place?
It did.
When did that take place?
The following day at about, I think it was around 1 o'clock.
Is this April 20th, 2016?
That's correct.
Where did the meeting take place?
It took place behind Mrs. Adelson's building. They actually met in the building, we believe, and then came out in the back of it and walked down. There's a sidewalk along the water behind their building. And they walked along the sidewalk to a restaurant called Monty's, and there's a table out by the water, out by itself, just behind the restaurant. They went and sat at and met there and talked.
What, if any, efforts were...
So if you need your hearing assisting device, please wear it so you do not miss any of the evidence. Please ask your question again.
What, if any, efforts were made to surveil or record the meeting between Charlie Adelson and the defendant?
Yes, I had recording equipment brought in, and we tried to get as close as we could to them. They sat out away from anyone else across the sidewalk, right by the water on one side of them and the sidewalk on the other, and we couldn't get very close to them without alerting them that we were there.
Were you able to record the contents of their conversation at that in-person meeting?
No, we tried, but it was inaudible. There was no
Were
audio.
you able to get any photographs of this in-person meeting?
I was.
Judge, at this time, I'd ask to introduce State's 53.
Any objection?
No objection.
State 53 is admitted.
And publish.
You may.
This is getting good. Oh no.
Can you describe for the jury their demeanor, the way in which they were speaking at this meeting?
Yes, they were talking in very low voices, and Mr. Adelson is usually very loud, but he was not talking in a loud voice in this particular meeting. Even when they walked down the sidewalk, they were talking very low, leaning into each other, almost a whisper.
How long did the meeting last?
I believe around 30 minutes at the table.
All right. Judge, I think this might be a good time to recess for the day.
Very well.
There it is. What do y'all think? So far, I have a lot of questions that I need answered. And the dots still, again, I'm looking at this as a juror, so if you disagree, it's fine. The dots still aren't all the way connecting for me. Are they using coded language? Yes, it appears so. This has nothing to do with the Yelp review. Also, Donna, there is no proof that Donna knew exactly what was going on. All she did was say, hey, I got this piece of paper. The person told me, said something about Katie and had this picture and they want some money. That's it. That's not really a crime. It doesn't connect her or show that she knew about anything or that was going on. And since they handed it to her, she could easily say, yeah, it looks like it involves both of us. She knew that she paid Katie on the books, off the books. So that could be her first thought. We still don't know. Is it reasonable for me to say that? Y'all have to let me know in the comments and in the chat. Here we go. We are finally did it. We are back. We are officially caught up and we've got our guy, Special Agent Patrick Sanford is back on the stand today. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to hear some more about these conversations that went on between Donna and Charlie post Danny's murder. So we're going to hear from Special Agent Patrick Sanford and find out what was going on and maybe get some more insight into what Donna specifically was involved in here. Here we go.
Agent Sanford, when we began your testimony yesterday, we talked about the wire, and one of the things we talked about was that Charlie and his mother, the defendant in this case, would get together to talk about certain things regarding Wendy. Do you remember that?
I do.
And one of the things that they would sometimes talk about was Wendy's career, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and I tried to play a call on that subject,
exactly.
but we had the wrong call attached, so I'm going to publish that at this time. Judge, this is on State's Exhibit 99, call 2873. If we could start at 7:08, please.
Dude, I don't know if I told you this. I got Wendy to accept that job with Walt.
It would be, Amy.
Oh, yeah.
Amy says it would be a great
Chance to
Netflix
get
series.
settled. We'll start it over.
Wow. Definitely needs to be a movie.
Accept that job with Walt.
With who?
She told me she was going to accept, like after I got.
When did this call take place? What call is this?
Going on with, with the judge and other stuff from this firm. Ben, go to the share on
So I don't know if I told you this. I got Wendy to accept that job with Walt.
With who?
She told me she was going to accept, like after I got done,
She
remember
did.
down the walk with her? She said she was going to accept that job.
No,
She was thinking about not taking it.
I think this is not what she wants, but it's only about.
But I said, Wendy, I said, first of all, there's no time frame on it. And if you change your mind, you change your mind. So, but you'll pick up skills you don't have.
Right.
And
That's right.
basically, now's not the time to just chill and become a guidance counselor in Miami. Like, you're way
But
overqualified.
she can't get hired. She can't get hired anyway. There's like nothing there.
No, they offered her a job at UM. The dean called her up at UM.
Oh, she didn't tell me that.
Yeah, but it would have been basically like as
Yeah,
a,
she's not qualified to be a guidance counselor.
not a guidance counselor, an advisor or whatever it was. Like, she's like, no, it's basically, it would have been brainless work for her.
Yeah.
She said, the way she said it, she said even the dean called her up to ask her to take the job.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm like, Wendy, you have to get as much skill as you can now. If this is a skill you just got done telling me you don't really know how to do, now's the time to go learn that skill, not later.
Right.
Like, you need to learn it. So at least you can learn it and say you don't like it, you can learn it, you can make a bunch of money. That's the whole thing, is that she can, I'm like, Wendy, then you might as well do it to see if you even like it. She's like, well, it's not really what I like.
But she's never done it.
Right, but you've never done it. So you really don't know until it's like dentistry. Until you practice dentistry, you don't really know what it's like.
Exactly.
So I got her to do that, and then the other thing I was going to tell you is she asked me if Dave could come to the house for Mother's Day.
Oh, she asked you.
Yeah, if I would mind, and I said, of course I mind, don't bring him. I told her, I said, yeah, bring him.
Why?
She texted me the other day, and I said, yeah, bring him, the more the merrier.
You know, why not? It's fun.
Yeah, I don't care.
Listen, I wouldn't care if you take the kids and her and the out on the boat. Her and Ella.
Oh, yeah.
And I
No,
pay
that's-
by the pool, just to have, and
Whatever
that's
we do, we do. But yeah, no, I told her, of course, bring him. I mean, I'm sure you'd rather him go spend the day with him than you anyway. That's the best Mother's Day present you could have given me. Could have spent the day with him.
You know what, I'm actually like unhappy. As you know, I'm super happy
Yeah.
to hear that. So thank
Oh
you.
yeah, no, I thought that would be your best Mother's Day present this year. When he wants to bring Dave.
Yeah,
She's developing a brain.
I'm still developing a brain, that's right. And you know what, I have to walk away from things and, Ben said, good feelings have been, but he's not, and both boys are not very good at fucking kissing, and it always makes one feel bad. It's kind of their boys, they're just not. They're girls are more kissy. So I said to her, Ben, I said, people who love you hug and kiss. I said, that's what Grandma and Grandpa always wanted to get a hug and a kiss. And I said, I always did that with my mommy and daddy, and I did that with my children, and I do that with my grandchildren. So he said, yeah, it's like Dave and mommy. They're hugging and kissing all the time because they love each other. And I said, yeah, I guess so. So, you can never hide anything in front of the children. Once they have a mouth, they open it up and they tell you everything.
Yeah. No, that's great. Listen, Wendy just doesn't comprehend at all how lucky she is.
No, she doesn't.
It doesn't register in her head how lucky she is at all. No, but not even nothing. It's just, which is great. But at least she doesn't see herself as a victim anymore, which is great too.
I'm just happy to hear that she is spending more time with Dave. That's great.
Yeah, no, see.
All right, so now if we could fast forward back to where we ended the day yesterday.
Here we go.
Heard the first call in which Charlie Adelson speaks to Catherine Magbanua. That was call D, right?
Correct.
Okay, and they were discussing an in-person meeting there. Did an in-person meeting take place between Charlie and Catherine Magbanua?
Yes, Charlie left from his mother's condo and drove to Catherine McManua's work.
All right,
across
and
town.
was that after the
Charlie
meeting
was
that we
making the
saw
circuit.
the photo of the defendant and Charlie at the table speaking in low tones.
That's
Didn't work.
correct.
Okay. So after he leaves there, does he go straight to Catherine McVanois?
He does. He goes straight to her.
All right.
Wow.
And was there an attempt to surveil that meeting as well?
There was.
Okay. And had McVanois been under surveillance prior to this?
I believe we tried to get somebody over there, yes.
I mean, in general, during the course of the investigation, had she
Oh,
been
yes, correct.
surveilled? Okay.
Sorry, yes, she had been.
And as part of the surveillance on her, was law enforcement ever able to capture an image that included McVanois and the Lexus that she received
Yes,
during this
that's correct.
sometime during our time frame? I'll show you what I've marked as States 54. Recognize States 54.
I do.
What does that show?
It shows Catherine McVanois meeting with Charlie Adelson. She drove to his location where he was working that day, and they both he came out of the office, she got into the car with him, she parked behind him, and she got into his car, sat there for a little while, then they got out, and that's what the photo is showing them outside the car.
Any objection?
When was this photo taken, if you know?
It was prior to the bomb. I don't remember the exact date.
Any objection to States 54, Your Honor?
Oh, well, I wouldn't be the one objecting at the funds.
Well, I'm not allowed to talk to them. I'm only allowed to talk to you.
States 54 is admitted. Made public.
All right, so sometime prior to the bump, we have this image taken, and is the vehicle back here the one that
Why are they parked so
was
close?
previously in the name of Harvey Adelson, but transferred over to McVanois?
Correct. The timing of this photo was during the wire.
Harvey
That
gave Katie a car?
Was during the wire, I believe, was still currently registered to Charlie Adelson or Harvey Adelson. The
Okay,
Adelson family.
but we've heard evidence of it being transferred over to Catherine McVanois at some
That-
point, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so that's the car.
That is a car. It's a Lexus.
And then the meeting that we're about to talk about was at the Dolce Vita restaurant. Are you familiar with that?
I am.
And were some images taken there as well?
Correct.
Publishing 137, is this in front of the Dolce Vita restaurant?
It is after they exited.
Publishing 140.
Yes.
All right, and we heard from some agents yesterday about the attempts to capture and clarify their audio conversation inside that restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have you had an opportunity to listen to that recording?
I have.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
And right before that meeting, we've got call E. Is that one just McVanois and Charlie Adelson planning this meeting where they're going to meet up?
That's
Call
correct.
E.
After he left the meeting at Monty's, he called her to discuss where to meet.
Okay, I think we can skip that one. And have we got the Dolce? Yep. This is going to be States Exhibit 116 being published, Your Honor.
They did a great job with this investigation,
Sorry.
though. I can't believe they were on the phone this much. Got the twin sisters there. Donna and her attorney. Look at them. Oh, this is the recording. Do I need to read this or can y'all hear it? And again, this is Charlie's meeting with Katie. He says, listen, if that's what it was very smart, because that means my mom hasn't told my dad anything. My mom knows my dad is going to flip out when he finds out. But my mom hasn't told my dad anything. Again, this could be about payroll, guys. Katie was getting paid under the books and got paid under the books. At this point, they've only shown evidence to Katie and Charlie knowing why. Charlie could be referencing that if his dad knew Donna was signing checks that were going to Katie for an unknown reason, he would flip out. We still don't know. But normally, Charlie says, obviously, if that was a cop that came and spoke to my mom, and that night when he comes from work, his dad, she would say, guess who I spoke to today? Or guess who paid me a little visit while I was taking the grandkids to school? And Katie says something, and Charlie says, after she dropped them, and she was walking home, yeah, she dropped them off and was walking back by herself. We believe in innocent until proven guilty or not. Y'all got to make a decision. And I'll just summarize it for you guys if you can't hear. And then Charlie says this person has to be somebody that it's unintelligible because a lot of the times my mom takes the car and drives them to school, the kids. The person knew her routine, knows who she is. So I think he probably said the person has to be police. Got someone comes up to the office my dad works at, it's probably either get him on the beach or get him at the office up there. They may have approached my mom because maybe I'll just read this to y'all because there's no point. They may have approached my mom because my dad may have someone who is carrying a gun, security. So you never know, you don't want it to turn into an effing shootout, Katie says, man, that I use. Charlie says, and I can tell you, a lot of times I carry a gun on me. I mean, someone comes up to me and Katie says, I have mine on me right now. Charlie says, you carrying on you right now? I mean, I'm going to start carrying one on my back. Like, a holster. Okay, who cares about this? They're talking about carrying guns. Someone comes up asking for money in my house? Oh, hell no. Again, guys, I'm just asking about reasonable doubt. Can we reasonably believe that Donna didn't know what was going on? It's possible. And when the something, guess what? That effing police show up and there's a doctor, there's an oral surgeon standing there with a dead gang member in his effing driveway. What? They're not going to come down too hard on me. And I'm not going to talk anyway. I don't know. I don't trust them. He must be talking about Tato and Tuto. Katie, this is not like some chick showing off tattoos to your man. This is happening, and it's serious because these people are going to come back. That's what happens with blackmail. They didn't go through the trouble of seeking my mom out to hand her that and then go away. So I've got two options. They're not going away. I may wish they'd go away and they never come back, but they ain't going away. The trouble they went through. There's going to be a point where it's just like, hold on. Well, with a beard or with a badge? Charlie's coaching her. He says, listen, if a cop comes up to you and they have a badge and you say, have a nice day, officer, if you're going to charge me with something, charge me. Otherwise, I'm out of here. I don't talk to cops, Charlie says. Sorry. And Katie's like, yeah, absolutely. I'm not talking to the cops. Charlie says, if you're going to charge me, charge me. And Katie says, yeah. Charlie says, yeah, but things have changed a lot, you know? You know what's changed a lot? There's cameras everywhere. So cops now, they have an effing pension. When they retire, they're going to get a pension for the next 30 years, medical, dental, and salary every month. If they think that, you know, the cameras look. How many cameras are in there? 5? You know, I mean, what is he talking about? I mean, they better be going to a place where they know there's not a chance that someone doesn't have a camera pointing outside to know the caption of something. And Charlie says, what I'm saying is that this person is not going away. The text is messed up. They came very equipped with details. Where did the details come from? I don't know. The details. And then Katie says something. Well, because it's one of two things. What else could they... You go to the cops and you give something information. Okay, I'm going to tell them that my brother did it. I'll go right now and tell them. They're going to say, can you prove it? I'm going to say no. Did you know what kind of gun was used? I say no. Did you see your brother do it? No. How did you know it was him? He told me. Okay, he told you. And this is what Charlie's saying if he ever talked to the police, he would say. Okay, he told you. What did he tell you? He said he's basically just going through this fake scenario of what he would say to the police. He says you got to understand, in order to prove it, you have to put that person at the scene at the time, not in the car, because the fact is, it's like, even if it lets you say just sat in the car, right? And then I go ahead and I commit the crime, and then I go, but your DNA is in the car, and I go, yeah, Katie was in my car. And then she got out and she did this horrible crime. Okay, so then you come and you get the DNA in the car and go, oh, Katie was in the car. No, Katie sat in the car for 2 minutes and they got in the AC and then got, oh, they got in the AC, like getting out of the heat, and then they got out of the car. Katie has nothing to do with me robbing the Burger King. So even if I prove that, yeah, Katie was with me, can you put Katie at the Burger King? I can put Kate. What is he talking about? He was just using it as an example. He's basically like, hey, we're not all, nobody's snitching, right? Right, guys? Right, guys? We're not snitching, right? It's too late for that, man. What you need to do is get that little bit of evidence from you having been in the car, and then they bring you into an interrogation. They're like, listen, we know that you're in the effing car and you were in the car such and such a day. We know we got your DNA. Even if your DNA, your fingerprints, your effing hair is all over the effing car, that proves, yeah, congratulations, you were in the car. It's not a crime to sit in the car, okay? Fair point. You know what I mean? My mom could have sat in the car too. It's not a crime. They have to prove. They have to put you at the scene at that date, at the date. Sure. But there is a thing called circumstantial evidence, Charlie Adelson, which I'm sure you learned about. Two, they said the guy's name was 2-0. I don't even know who the F that is. Is there just 2-0? Charlie says, Tuto's incarcerated now. And I know that you've been helping out Katie, and helping your family has been helping out Katie and her family. Now Tuto's family needs help. Mom was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes, well, maybe this will refresh your memory. And he handed it to her. And she said something, respect, well-spoken, like polite. She goes, polite and well-spoken. I said, did he act like a thug, or did he talk like a thick Spanish accent or anything? Obviously, Danny knew the guys who Charlie knew the guys who killed Danny were Hispanic. She said, no. I said, was he white or Hispanic? She said he was white, but he could have been Hispanic. But that's something. Katie says, either way. Charlie says, yeah, I couldn't say. I mean, everybody in Miami is Hispanic. So it's like, you can't tell. I talked to you on the phone, and it's like talking to some, like, you know, Maria from the West Side Story. That was crazy. Charlie's hilarious. Like, it could have been like something. Yeah, I couldn't say, okay, we read that part. So he wasn't, you know, strong skinned. He wasn't, she had no effing clue sounding, which was recognizable. So recognizable. With no glasses, I said. No glasses, no hat. She said, well dressed. Katie said, well dressed? Charlie said, yeah. He wasn't like you would have looking at, and you're like, oh, he's a thug. No. She said he was wearing like a shirt and kind of like a little vest, or kind of like a little jacket. Like. She said he had a beard. My mom's like, he was big. My mom's walking away. My mom goes to the right, and he moves like this. Said he turned, and my mom's like, oh, sorry, sir. Okay, he's talking about more police investigation. Charlie says they didn't mention my name, which makes me think that these people only know a part of the story, or they think they know a part of the story. Charlie says, do you think that, let me ask you a question. When everybody was there the next day, did any of you take any money? It's not like you're driving around in a Bentley, cruising around in a mega yacht, you know? He must something at some point, because otherwise he would have no idea that I had anything to do with something. I feel like, Katie says, I feel like something unintelligible. And the way that you're describing it, like how they were well dressed, number one, that's something like it's unintelligible. Right. Unintelligible. Charlie says, well, you can know some things about anything. The problem is, okay, so this is going to tell the cops. They're going to ask you, where's the weapon at? You're going to say, I don't know. How do you know who pulled the trigger? You can say a name. Okay. How can you? Did you witness it? And the person is going to say no. So he's trying to tell Katie she's safe. The question is, how do you know? So if you didn't witness it, you only heard a rumor on the street that this person did something. I can't believe they're talking about this in the restaurant, by the way. This is insane. Do you know what that's worth? 0. Then what you do is wear a wire, get the person talking, and if you can get the person to confess on the wires, then you have something that you're charging. You have a confession. You have an admission of guilt. Outside of that, there's no evidence, okay? You have a car, and you have linked to this person to renting a car that's used at the scene of the crime, okay? But you have to also prove that they were also driving that day too. They didn't rent it, and they lent it to a friend. What if you rented a car today? I go, Katie, can I borrow the car for the weekend? I'll bring it back on Tuesday. You go, yeah, sure. Charlie is in this restaurant confessing to the whole thing. What a dummy. If it, man, I have so much to say. Shout out to Dr. EJ. He says, yeah, 37. Well, let's go talk to him. Dr. Adelson. That's who they talk to. Not waste your time with mom. They need to talk to someone who knew what the F went on. And so wouldn't it make sense that your connections to my family is me? Your connection to my family is not my mom. Okay. Like, yeah, you work for the office now because the checks are from there. This is what I was saying earlier. And that's just because you come in and work on the weekends, which I trust that you're doing because I'm never there when I see you. You tell me you do it and the place looks clean. So you get your checks, you clean up or whatever. I don't know. Can I turn the caption on? But that's neither here nor there. This person knows information. And even if they are the cops, that's information. Said your mom or said your name. And they also know that they're claiming that somebody who had something to do with with it is incarcerated. I don't know anybody in jail. Appreciate that. Glad y'all are enjoying the narration. And he says, my point is, I don't want this coming back. I don't have a problem helping the community out, but I don't want this community to come back next month. And what I think happens if I pay the money, they're going to come back again and again and again. Yep. They've got to make more money. It's not a cop. So we'll take this route. We already addressed it if it's a cop. If it's a cop, I'm happy because I've got nothing to hide. Okay? If it's not a cop, if it is a cop, I think it would something. It would be easy to do. You've got to understand something. And they sit down and they tell the police what happened. First, they're going to ask my parents to take a lie detector test. Charlie was wrong about all of this. He says, first, they're going to ask my parents to take a lie detector test, which they won't do just for the simple reason that those things give false positives all the time, which unfortunately makes you look bad because it's like, okay, we just feel that way that nothing to hide. What? But 99% of people, if they have nothing to hide, take a lie detector test. It makes you look bad if you're like, Katie, you want to take a lie detector test? If you shot JFK, this guy's analogies are insane. And you're like, yeah, I'll take a test and I'm going home afterwards, right? Trying to see if they get to a part that's highlighted here. Because Charlie's just in here talking. I'm gonna skip ahead here. Because Charlie's just up here yapping. He's not really saying anything interesting. He's basically confessing to knowing what happened to Danny. And Catherine, everything she says is unintelligible or inaudible. Yeah, he keeps going on and on. Listen, if it's the cops, here's what we do. He's just coaching her up.
Did you hear Mr. Adelson offer some rental car examples in this recording?
I did.
Was it public knowledge that a rental car had been used in this murder at that time?
Yep.
No, it was only released at a green Prius. We were looking for a green Prius.
Did you ever hear either of the parties in this recording say Sigfredo Garcia?
No, did not.
Was he referenced in this recording?
Was he referenced?
Yeah. Who did they mean? He would be happy I have you on salary.
Yes, that's who they're referencing that particular moment.
No
Correct.
bad. He doesn't have any bad feelings toward me, does he? With that reference, Garcia.
That's correct.
Did the surveillance that
worried.
was being conducted around this time shed any light on the relationship between Catherine Magbano and Sigfredo Garcia at this time?
Yes, at this time they were actually back together and they were living together in a house with their children, or condo.
Is the word extortion used in this recording?
No.
Okay, what about blackmail?
Yes.
All right, tell us about the next call, please. Call F.
Hopefully this one's a little bit more.
Call
clear.
F is as Mr. Adelson is leaving Dolce Vita after meeting with Ms. Magbano. He calls Donna Adelson at 4:56 p.m.
All right, publish call F.
Scrambling.
Judge, can we get instruction 2.6 read?
1 moment.
Okay, we've got some more highlights here. This is should help us figure it out.
Is that regarding the use of the transcript as an aid, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
No objection.
Members of the jury, you are about to hear recorded conversations. These recorded conversations are proper evidence and you may consider them just as any other evidence. You are also being furnished transcripts of the recorded conversations. The recordings are the evidence and the transcripts are provided to you only as a guide to help you follow as you listen to the recordings. The transcripts are not evidence of what was actually said or who said it. If you notice any difference between what you hear on the recordings and what you read in the transcripts, you must rely on what you hear and not what you read. You may continue.
Thank you, Judge. Back to State's Exhibit 99, call F.
Here we go. Hopefully this one's a lot more
Hey,
clear.
honey, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm sitting and watching the boys at their tennis clinics. They have a wonderful time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was concerned because I thought they'd only show the private lessons, but they're having fun, because, there's 6 kids on the court, so they're all at the same level, so they're having fun with that. Great.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
So,
really good.
how's your day going?
It's good. It's good. I'm just leaving this breakfast coffee with a friend. And, yeah, it's good. I'm actually gonna, maybe, it was good. And
Everything? Yeah, everything's fine.
yeah, and they, just fucking around with relationship advice, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she may come by and see me tomorrow, actually, too. She had to go back to work. So I think she's gonna come. Maybe
So
tomorrow
Charlie was
or
lying,
the office,
obviously.
I gave her some good advice,
Yeah,
and she's just sleeping on it.
okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
relationships are not easy.
No, they're not. They're not.
So that's it. So everything's fine anyway. It's
No.
without a doubt, it's fine. Yeah, no question in the world.
Okay.
I would not. No, I can talk to you more about it, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, you can always come up to the well, you're gonna be hanging out with Dad tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, yeah, tomorrow, yeah. We're gonna be doing a lot of stuff for the holiday, getting the dinner ready, and a lot of recipes, and a lot of cooking, and that's always a rough holiday to cook for. It's not an easy one, but, not like Thanksgiving.
Bringing 10 lobsters and nobody complains.
You're probably right, no one was like, well, it's only us and the kids and Dave, because, Dave doesn't have any children.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's just, the boys and us and Dave.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, do you think everything will be good for, Saturday night? The dinner should go well?
Yeah, well, June's trying out for the young adults and cheerleaders.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, she's
Did
actually,
you dance it?
oh my God, she's an awesome dancer. She made it in the 5th round last year and got cut in the last, literally, when they have it down to 60 girls and they take 45. Well, you can imagine how many girls try out for it.
Oh, yeah. I see
His girlfriend was trying out to be a cheerleader.
Yeah, there's
They're all really good dancers.
yeah, June's an awesome dancer. She goes to dance class 3 days a week, and she's been training really hard. And she's actually probably trained too hard because she pulled her hamstring 2 days ago.
Okay.
So no, she could do head kicks and double turns and splits, and no, she's been a dancer literally her whole life, dancer.
Oh.
So she made it. This is her 3rd time trying out, but she made it last time to the 5th round, which is the final round, and didn't make it. It's always been her dream. So Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday when?
Well, she's going to try it out
Well,
Saturday.
that's not yours. You have to, one second, you have to go back and get your racket, honey. That's what he gave you, just that you used. Go back and get your new 2 rackets, because yours are too small. I'm sorry.
So after the Dalton tryouts, she's going to come to, she may come. What time is it?
Well, both times we want to do it early, because the kids don't stay up too late. So 5:30.
Yeah, because I'm planning on being up in West Palm at 11. So I'll get done racing 11 to 12, 12 to 1 to 2, home by 3:15.
Well, just tell me if you're in the town, because I'll set the table for her.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Interesting. He said he had a relationship conversation with her.
Have her just drive herself after the tryouts.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we don't care about that. Talking to the kids, let's skip ahead through some of this BS.
Yes, she does.
Here we go.
Call him right back.
So she had to run.
Does she
Now we got
call
another
him
phone
right
call.
back?
Yes, she does.
Publish call G, please.
We got some more highlights in this call.
Yeah. Hi, I'm sorry about that. I had to schedule it for Monday. So,
That is good. So I hung out with my friend, and then she's going to sleep on some stuff, and then she's going to come either my office or Thanos' office and tell me how it works. Yeah, yeah. So I'll talk to her tomorrow. I wish her the best of luck.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You think she'll be okay?
Yeah. I told her, I mean, I explained it to you, but the relationship, so you go one or two ways.
Right.
So it's going to be one of two ways.
Yeah.
But that's
how you want it.
Yeah.
It would be best for her. Yeah, fine. You can ask. Fine. All right, Charlie. I'm about to
What
go.
is it that you want? Should I?
Yeah, just, hoping Dad has a good day at the office.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because, I like him to have a good night's sleep. So,
Yeah.
you know, he works a long day, so he don't bitch.
That I totally would not worry about.
Wait a second, listen, honey, just put the brothers on that. Give me a minute. Wait till she finishes and then you'll go on. You don't think so?
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
Okay, I hope so.
Things not
Charlie loved talking on the phone.
No. So you'll be up at the office,
Let's try and skip ahead through some of this BS.
I'm pushing as high as it happens. That's the squeak of the swing. So not pushing that. The old grandma. Okay, I love you.
I would worry about absolutely nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not.
Well, if your theory is correct, then we don't know that.
Well, listen, I mean, if you have to realize something, it does them no good.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's nothing. They're not going to gain anything. Just going to get the same situation. It's not like, listen, it's not like you've ever threatened anybody or hurt anybody. So.
No.
You know, the thing is this: is that they're not hiding who they are.
Right. Not at all.
Not at all.
Not hiding who they are.
So,
That's why I had that other supposition.
what's that?
That's why my thoughts were different.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really hidden who they are. And the whole thing is weird. I mean, the whole thing is very weird because it's the kind of thing that that can easily be traced. They can easily be caught. And they easily will have charges put against them for that. Honestly, it's extorting people is like up to 10 years in prison. Yeah, I don't know, why they would just make it so easy to, really stupid. It's not like a secret.
Yeah.
So, no, I think it's something that can be dealt with.
Still talking.
No, it's not that bad.
Okay.
It could be a lot worse. The police records didn't do it like that.
Yeah.
So.
All right, sweetie pie. I will talk to you maybe tomorrow during the day or night. You'll let me know.
Sounds good.
Everything is good for the dinner.
Everything's fine. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
It still sounds like Donna didn't know what was going on.
Let's go to the next day, please, April 21st,
Does she know that this earpiece is on backwards? Anyway.
2016. Are there any calls on that date?
Yes, there are.
Okay, tell us about call H.
Somebody help Grandma out.
Call H is between Catherine McVanwa and Sigfredo Garcia. It's at 8:17 in the morning.
All right, publish call H, please.
So many wiretaps. You see that, Jay? Shouldn't even have them on, right?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I'm gonna make it very clear. I'm gonna make something very clear because you're talking belligerent bullshit. I'm gonna make something very clear, okay? Why? Because you don't know how to apologize because you were wrong, okay?
Oh, they're fighting.
The same thing that happened last time. Listen, I have a more pressing matter that I have to attend to. Okay?
Because you take care of everybody else. Where's my security people? What are you going to settle for me? What is that going to happen? Because I feel like everybody else gets the special attention and they say, you go figure it out. You go figure it out. You figure out the kids. You figure out life. You figure out your time.
Katie, you're doing this again. This is the same shit. I've been here. I've never felt happier. We were so happy. We were so happy. Oh my God, Katie. All right, man. All right. Then fine. Then go. Whatever. Fine. Go. If that's what you need to do to make yourself happy, then I'm not gonna hold you back. Listen.
It's always no. I swear to God, it's just like I should just go somewhere because it's like you're basically
do that.
Over.
Do that.
Take me over. You're gonna tell me I'm gonna make a phone call.
I'm not making that fucking phone call.
What are they talking about? Why is the phone call highlighted?
Look, Katie, you're
I'm on edge, and I'm gonna be on work on edge today. You don't think that
I'm pretty sure somebody will come by to food, you know, make you feel better. Just Katie, listen, listen. I just want you to fucking have a pussy between your legs and act like you have it. If you want to fucking do what you want to do it.
Oh my.
I'm gonna take care of I'm gonna take care of this fucking problem. And then
What's the problem?
because it lets you know the better of the man. Man, just stop talking on the phone, man. Bye. Bye.
That was Sig. Donna, you're...
Alright. Is there another call between Magrano and Garcia that day?
There is. There's one.
Jeez.
Just a couple minutes later.
A couple minutes later, almost immediately following them hanging up. It was at 8:36.
Okay. Publish call I.
Somebody fix Donna's headphones for her, please. I gotta see if I can get it. Oh man. She's listening intently.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was, I think just in case, I think like you have to pay for everything for the balance is $65.70.
I have to pay for it?
I have to pay for it.
Like I think, you remember that I wrote it down, the amount you're supposed to put,
You can't pay for it?
but I'm not sure if it's $60.57 or $65.70.
I'm trying to get a secured credit. Is there any way you could this quote?
I'm just telling you, I don't remember if it's either one of those numbers.
Well, you're picking them up today, so.
Huh? The what?
You're picking them up today, so you'll find out when you get there.
The amount that I gave you on a piece of paper, I don't know if it's $60.57 or $65.70.
Got it.
Okay? So there's no credit cards that I can use in the school. So it makes no sense. Got it?
Understood.
All right, so $65.70. Is that a reference to the phone number on the piece of paper that was handed to Donna Adelson?
It is. The undercover's last 4 digits is 6570 on his cell phone.
And that number was handed on a piece of paper to the defendant.
Correct.
And that number was given on the Dolce Vita recording from Charlie to Katie.
Correct.
Okay, and now Katie to Garcia.
That's correct.
Okay. What is call J?
Call J is the same day on the 21st. It's Charlie Adelson to Catherine McBanwell at 9:31 a.m.
Charlie again.
Publish J, please.
Hey, what's up?
Morning. That,
Good morning.
fine.
I found a tree. What's that?
You did?
I found a tree, a little bonsai tree.
I want one.
You want to come
What,
by the office?
like legit a real one, girl.
I've
Good
got a
luck.
prune. I'll work on it. I'm gonna go to my office.
Or whatever, me and Ginger's office. I have to pay rent. Yeah, I'm picking up a corner.
A quarter.
Yeah.
You should get the whole block.
I know. I need to get a corner of the office. Then here, finally, hold on, give me one second. Just remember, okay, whatever. And we just try to get the rest of the video. So,
So see if you want to come by, I'd like to give it to you.
yeah, what time though?
That's 2 o'clock.
What time are you there?
I'll be at my office from 11 to probably like 3 o'clock. I gotta start heading up to Weston.
Oh, shoot. I'm very popular. Been here a lot of the day.
My office or Weston?
Huh?
My office or Weston?
I'm saying, yeah, it's gonna be impossible. Because I have
Either
to
one.
get the kids today.
What time you pick the kids up?
Like around before 6.
Sounds like sneaky link talk.
Before 6?
Yeah.
You don't have.
Be there till 6, but I usually don't have to go until 5:30, usually 5:35.
There's no way to come up and see me before 6 o'clock today.
Most of the time here, I'm like electrical engineering, I go to sleep in the room.
Are you at work?
Yeah, of course. Every day.
Uh,
What did I do in my life? Unfortunately, money doesn't fall in trees.
oh, I thought it did.
I wish. You got it? Yeah.
I was
Anyways, I don't think that's the best idea, regardless.
It's up in here, so
Yeah, right now.
Alright.
I really don't. Next one or something stuff and very hard. You still haven't heard from these people, right?
What's that?
You still haven't heard from these people?
Well, they came by on Monday.
No, I haven't heard from them. Don't worry.
No, I'll put another call into that.
No, don't worry, right?
No.
They're not even
No.
responding to you.
Always do.
It's weird.
Yeah, really fucking weird. The other choice is, I would say the first started in anyway. It's got the pool, it's got the food, it's got music, it's lively there anyway.
Here we go with the highlighted section.
So call them up, find out what it is, and I got you.
No, it's not bad. I really mind
Sorry,
it.
it's fine, I totally forgot about it. I forgot I did call it yesterday. I'll put another call today, just tell me some recommendations for it.
It's a good investment.
Or out of the possibility regardless of it be a good investment.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because like
yeah.
that, I was seeing this on top
Talking
of
about the car?
and I was like, I was asking, I was like, oh, do you think that would be a good investment? And he said, no, that's crazy, stupid, stupid, you know, not like everything, for good money.
Alright, I understand.
It's, but he is gonna look into a couple of things, a couple of properties regarding that and find out, what's going on. And then
Yeah.
it's also I'll go from there, because, you know, you can't just jump into like, that's just you don't even know.
You can't jump to the property when it's up.
Exactly. Like,
If it's
if
easy
you
to
gonna
property.
like it, you know, how is the security gonna be, and, you know, is it gonna third class of security, or, so there's a lot more into it, so. I'm trying to do the research for that.
Find out, because usually when these properties come up, I mean, it's make houses for everybody.
Exactly.
You can't just
But
have,
then I don't think that's the case, just I feel as if, like it was posted incorrectly. And it's just like, I mean, you know, some people buy it, some people don't.
yeah.
So it's like, you know, you throw out a fish in there and it's you, right? So fishing.
Yeah.
You throw the chunk out, and they're all gonna go wrong.
Yeah, you put a chum and a bunch of fish come and run jump on it. I mean, I kind of think that,
Yeah, but for the pricing, it's like they were absurd. So if, you know, it's gonna throw it away.
way too high for prices, right?
Yeah, of course, that's crazy, there's who pays that much.
Yeah.
I mean, if they really wanted to get something, like they would afford it, they would afford it, you know?
Yeah, hang on 1 second, Danny's gonna ask me a question. Danny, go on, sorry about this, it's an important call. What's up? Got a short change? Right, and I gave you 150 on top of it. Oh, yeah, I love the check. Yeah, no, I love the check up here, hold on 1 second. Road show's dropped yet, Danny. Alright. Next one. Which is better? As you know, what the size is here, 109 versus 89? So it's the same shit, you're gonna replace them in 2 years anyway, right? The 51 for 89. Yeah, I think I need 5 for the house. 5 of the, yeah. Bumpers. No.
Can't hear anything that's being said.
Alright.
Let's skip ahead.
Like it's giving you
Progression.
about things, and then like I try to ask advice too, you know, like coming from somebody else's point of view. Like, okay, so like if somebody was to offer this amount of money, like, you know, I start looking at the listings, I start looking at like possible scenarios or locations somebody could be at, and then, you know, hopefully I have a lead.
So are they talking in code here, or are they actually talking about property?
Was someone shocked that that listing came up?
Of course, especially for that amount.
Well, it's that amount and that location.
And it's like, it's like, it's not, it's not an amount that like, like somebody would just put up, like, you know? Like, these are like $1 million houses over there, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, you would have been more. So,
Yeah.
I just don't want any calls, like, you know, so, it'll waste my time.
But you don't think alarm bells went off everywhere?
Not that I know of, because it's like if the person was very interested about it and knew like a lot about the property, yeah,
Right.
it would have been a totally different story. It would have been a done deal. And
Yeah, they're talking in code again.
You know, it would have been over. But
Yeah.
there seems to be it's one or two scenarios, which I'm trying to figure out right now. Since I'm still new, you know, I'm still trying to figure out how.
That's what the thing is that property came with the full listing. Like, it came with
Yeah, with all the information. You
with
get,
all the
you get all
information.
that stuff in MLS, you know, you get all the information and the graphics of everything.
So,
But then again, you can have a listing everywhere. Everything's accessible.
yeah, I mean, it's just what's crazy. It's like, I mean, it came with everything but pictures.
That's not a good thing. We send out
Yeah.
pictures for everything.
Yeah, no, it was so pictures.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So let me find out first, regarding the property, and then we'll go from there.
to be very honest with you, I'm not very interested in buying property. I think you buy a property like that, this is the thing. You buy a property like that duplex that you're talking about, it just becomes a headache for life. Because
Yeah, but then it's
doesn't
like,
stop.
because you don't want to get stuck either in a situation where it's like, it's a false advertisement.
Oh yeah.
What they're saying makes no sense. They must be talking about paying the people off. He's talking about property and false advertisement. What are y'all talking about?
It could be one of two things. This is what happens when stuff doesn't hit the MLS works. Again, it's called like a pocket listing, meaning that someone's able to list the real estate beforehand. But what ends up happening is that, okay, say you get that property, it's a great deal and everything. It becomes, you get the wrong people in there, it becomes a problem for life. I've had this with other properties. Okay? It becomes lots of excuses, and then they move in, and then next thing you know, let's say you...
Because they get it. Then
Yeah,
I find something.
They're really bad at talking in code.
Exactly. And then what happens is they tell you, I want to pay this for the rental property, or I want to pay that for the rental property. And you're
But
like,
how that's not the case, that's the problem, if that's not the case for the client, then, you know, that's what I'm saying, there's always false leads. You know, you get people that like, oh, that's problem, then, oh yeah, well, no, okay, I don't really need it, and it's like, you can honestly work for nothing.
well, I think it's one of the two kind of questions. One of the, you know, false leads, don't just waste your fucking time, or get the wrong tenant in there with your rental property, and it goes ahead and it becomes, you know, let's say even they move out, let's say they take a little vacation.
They do
And,
talk
you
a
know,
lot.
So, and you don't know because you're not at the property all the time.
Of course.
And their little cousin, while they're on vacation, is like,
Moves in and-
it moves in, it's like, hey, guess who I am? You da 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 da, and the next thing you know, his friend shows up and says, hey, guess who I am? I need this. And then they're constantly breaking things, and they're constantly knocking your door to fix things, and it becomes they will never ever, it'll be like a leech that never leaves you.
All right, yeah, shout out to them. They're talking in code. Like, hey, Katie's saying, hey, just pay the man. Charlie said, no, I'm not doing it. We're not going to do it. Not doing it. It doesn't matter either way. They got caught. They locked up for a long time. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments in the chat. Shout out to the gang, man. Thank you to all 1,600 of you that have liked the video so far. And shout out to everyone that went the extra mile and showed some love. My guy, Dr. EJ, dropping 10 memberships in there. Amy gifted 5, and she had the cake in the building too. Shout out to Amy. Reminding me that it's time for lunch almost. Well, it's past time now. We had Cynthia Hartz in here, has been a member for 7 months. Said appreciate all that you do. Thank you for always being so welcoming. Thank you for being here, Cynthia Hartz. We had CPE in the building, dropping the 5 bomb, just showing some love. Les Cleaver in here again says you all are watching the best YouTube channel on YouTube. Oh man. Thank you, Les Cleaver. I appreciate it. Shout out to Dr. EJ for the major sponsor. Shout out to Les Cleaver, Slim Life, Cynthia Hart, CPE, and the awesome, amazing Amy E in the building. If y'all could, please make sure you like the video on your way out. If you haven't yet, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any time that we go live or drop a new video. I'll be dropping clips later on this afternoon and as we go throughout the evening and in the morning. So make sure you guys look out for that. We'll pick up here at some point tomorrow and see if we can figure out what's going on with these phone calls. Because again, we're talking about Donna here. Katie and Charlie are already locked up. So we got to figure out where Donna was involved in this and if she knew what was going on. So let me know what y'all think about this. I hope y'all have a great rest of your afternoon. As always, you know what to do. Keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We gon' pace.